Hello, and welcome to what I believe is episode 39 of Monday Night Bloodbath, which we're coming up on the year anniversary of this show. That should be in the next couple of weeks. Yes, we are late because I am stuck to this Monday Night Football game. It's like someone lit a fire underneath the Los Angeles Rams' ass and they just haven't stopped.
And it's not in Inglewood. It's really not anywhere near there. Dude, I cannot fucking see this fire to save my life. I, I can't see it. I was in downtown LA today, and then last week I was in Pasadena. No smoke, no fires. I'm just like, where are you getting all these fucking pictures from, dude?
So wait, are you saying this is all a psyop?
Oh yeah.
No fire.
Yeah, I'm not even mad. I'm mad that people fucking care about it just because it's Beverly Hills. No one fucking cares when other places in California are on fire. You just care because homeless and rich people are on fire.
That's not true. I checked with you and Neo and Devil the last time you guys were on fire.
True.
And I believe that was closer to their neck of the woods the last time.
Yeah. And like what's crazy about we'll get into it. Let's do your intro.
Well, I mean, intros or whatever for this show. We're actually going to hold out a little bit on the fire discussion due to Devil coming to join us. I offered him
Okay, I'll wait.
I was like, hey, we're talking fires. He usually only comes on about once a month. I'm like, hey, I know it hasn't been a month. It's only been like he was here 2 weeks ago or something. I was like, hey, but if you want to get some shit off your chest about the fires.
You said the same thing. Like when I tweet that or when I said it in the group chat, he was just like, thank you. Like I'm like, you guys don't fucking care that California. You care that LA's on fire.
I don't give a shit that it's LA that's on fire.
It's such a circle jerk, man. Anyway, we'll get into it though.
Yeah, I am more curious about the disaster surrounding all of it.
Oh yeah, and that's that's been the synopsis on LA. It's what they call it, anarcho terrorism.
Yeah, but that's such a
Anarcho-terrorism.
weird term because it's like that's that the government does that, and that's like the opposite of anarcho. But that's just
Yeah, they're not prosecuting criminals, and that's what LA's been not doing. And it is primarily LA, not the rest of California. Like you have seen on this show before, when the girls try to loot Targets in Orange County, they get fucking arrested because it's not LA.
I'm being accused of things.
Uh-oh.
This is not true. I haven't played Balatro since like last Wednesday because I need to finish Kingdom Come Deliverance. So I have left Balatro behind because I need to finish Kingdom Come Deliverance. Even though I'm not going to play 2 on the release, I just would like to have it done before 2 comes out. Not that it really matters. It's just something that I've told myself.
What's super cool about KCD1 is it focuses just on a personal story. It focuses on Henry and Henry's story, and in the background there's like really really deep like real life history and politics that are in the background of the game that you can pick up on if you're interested in it, and you can find, read, buy, and steal books and actually read about the history of Bohemia and understand the politics and the story, which 2 is actually going to get into, right? So the first game didn't try to like overwhelm you with a bunch of lore and history and yada yada yada. But when you beat the game at the very, very end, they basically say like, oh, hey, Henry, you're a man now. You need to learn politics. And if you've been too lazy to pay attention on what the history and the politics are, we'll dumb it down for you at the very, very end. So that it preps you for 2, because now, like, you know what I mean? Because I've like, if you're into history and like the politics and the background stuff, it felt very blue balled at the end. And you're like, oh my God, we don't even go into any of this. Like, they're just going to repeat everything that if you have a brain and you've been paying attention that you already know. And then I'm like, well, I guess it's what makes this like an entry level. Like playing the first one is very important to playing the second one. Like I don't really think people can just pick up the second one.
Yeah, well, I'm just not gonna pick up the second one on release just because I don't feel like paying $60 for a video game. I have so many games I haven't played that I own.
Oh,
And it's
this is
like,
the only one that I'm paying day one for. I'm not a day one guy.
there's a couple other games that are coming out this year. The Berserker one, or
Oh
Berserk,
yeah.
or whatever it's called. Like that one looks awesome.
I mean, I still haven't played Dogma 2, but the consensus is it's kind of just DLC. There's the story.
You should ask
You gotta play Baldur's
Fractured
Gate.
Bro about that. I've been getting the notifications that he was playing it all weekend.
Ooh, nice. Can't play
And
Dogma $70.
Carl, who has popped in here, said he's watching sumos while listening, and I do remember him saying something about sumos streaming tonight. But Kel points out, how dare Carl be the voice of reason on Twitter today? He's talking about the weirdos going after that Eagles fan.
Cancel culture is back, and me and Carl are fucking putting reality into the
I guess
world.
they doxed that dude or something.
They doxed him so hard. Here, let me find you the original tweet.
Like what they
I'll
do? They're
show
all
you.
like, he works here, lives here. Like
I'll show you here.
no, I saw the original tweet. Carl was commenting on that video on several different posts, and I saw it earlier. And I was like,
the one that I specifically like showing is he's basically like, by the way, can someone help me find this guy? He was really mean to my woman. And then it's like, wait, you're the guy in the photo?
no shit.
That's okay.
Shut up.
That's what I'm saying. It's him
God.
saying this guy was mean to me. Everybody go find him. And I'm like, what do you mean find him? He was in your fucking face and you didn't do anything to protect your woman.
Right. Like, why didn't you fucking step up?
Exactly. And you didn't say anything. You let him harass your woman, and then you say, internet, cancel him. Like, that's literally what happened. Oh, I may have gotten deleted. Oh, my goodness. Where are my bookmarks? They're all gone. I think I've lost a lot of them. Where'd they go? Oh,
if they delete them, they go. If you're talking about Twitter bookmarks, if they delete the post, they're gone.
He deleted them. This is maybe Cracker. Oh man. But anyway, yeah, that's basically what he did.
Fucking Vikings put one in the end zone with some white guy.
And the problem with that is, like, back in the day, like, everyone would gang up on this dude, give him a black guy, and then, you know, we all go home safe and have our jobs, and you know what I mean? He just goes to work with a black guy the next day. You can't even defend a woman in a crowd anymore. Like, if you punch that guy, and everyone's a walking camera now, they just recorded you assaulting a dude, and then you could get arrested. So this is not even worth defending women anymore. And another thing too is, like, this dude's from Philly. People want to say like, oh, it's a black thing. Like, black guys, like, they just want to like test each other's wits, and they just want to know, like, would you square up if you had to? It doesn't mean it's gonna square up. Yada yada yada. And it's like, no, that's kind of just like a city thing. That's a fucking Philly thing. He was basically upset, like, you're gonna defend your woman, bro. I just called her a cunt. What are you gonna do? And he's just like, nothing. He's like, well, fuck, I'm just gonna call her a cunt if you're not gonna say anything. Like, all you had to do was tell him to shut up.
Talk a little shit back.
Yeah, he wants to talk shit. That's all he wanted to do. And so, yeah, they found out who he is, where he works for. They found his LinkedIn and all that shit. Apparently,
oh my god,
he does, like, he works for a lot of like hospitals.
Okay,
and he does a lot of like donate, like, charities, like setups and stuff like that.
He's fucked.
Now he's fucked. Yeah,
he's fucked.
Dude, I can't believe this is bad.
You know how I'm like terrible? How I know I'm terrible at this social media thing?
Why?
The last thing to cross my mind is like, oh shit, I should grab my camera and record this.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I'm not like that.
Like, that's I've never been like I'll go on vacation or whatever, and I won't take a single picture because it's just not on the front of my mind. But let's say hi to the chat. We've got Kel, who I think is a little sarcastic. He says, "Oh boy, I've been waiting for this topic. Look, these fires started on Tuesday, and this is a weekly show. I was complaining to Shock about that earlier this week." We also got Forking Around is here. Hello, Forkin. Something about, did you say something about shitting on a chest, Shock?
Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. I can't remember.
And then we've got Dom. It was always burning since the world's been turning.
Yeah. I like the remember when they did a 2016 version on Reddit?
No, I don't.
That was funny. One of the lyrics was Bernie's dream did die. And then it turns into the chorus. Yeah, it was good.
I missed that one. We've also got Carl, as we stated earlier, and then Professor Savage dead. That guy was a massive pussy.
Bro, honestly, the people who like did the hunting too, like everyone who retweeted it and like found this dude, it's a group effort, dude. Like it turned into 2020 all over again. It was crazy. What's up, Timon?
So we also got Timon, who he's been sending me tweets on Brazilian politics. Some German reporter went down to Brazil to do a report on the censorship and the restrictions on speech that's going out there, and she tried to get an interview with that fucking Judge Doom dude. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, the guy who looks like he's fucking Sidious, fucking the Emperor.
Darth Sidious?
Yeah. The judge, that the judge in Brazil that looks like that guy.
Like yeah.
Dresses like a fucking villain.
He does look like a villain. He
but
looks
so
like
he like, they tried to arrest this German journalist who actually, I believe, lives here. She said she was coming back home to America, but she has a very heavy German accent. Anyhow, they were trying to arrest her ass, and they had nothing on her. They just didn't like that she was out there asking questions. And then Trump invited the previous Brazil president, Bolsonaro, out to his inauguration. But it turns out that creepy ass judge has taken away Bolsonaro's passport and gets to decide whether he gets to leave the country or not. So Brazil is in a very fucky place. And then let's see, catching up with chat. Voldemort, yes, kind of like Voldemort. More has more of a nose, not much more of a nose, but a little bit. So Carl says that guy was possibly talking smack back, but couldn't take it and recorded him instead. Yeah, that wouldn't be surprising.
That is true, but I don't even need out of the context, you know what I mean? It's still not enough to do what they did. Like, I don't even need to see what she did to him, but that is very valid. I just hate arguing like that. It's like, no, it didn't fucking matter. You don't ruin a dude's career in life just because you said naughty words at a sports game. It's stupid.
No, you're a faggot if you do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a little bitch made fucktard.
Yeah.
So I do got some stuff besides, oh my God, why does that look so creepy? Besides the fires, while we wait for Devil, let me see if I can find the one thing that I was wanting to pull up here. Is this it? Yes. So, did you know Trump had a lunch last week with a bunch of the Republican governors?
What, I missed that.
So, had a little lunch meeting, and it was all televised. They did a little interview afterwards, and we got a drone update.
Oh my.
Kind of, sort of.
Do you have any idea whatever happened to the drones? What happened to drones?
Well, you said that you knew you thought the government knew what was happening with these drones over New Jersey. There were some by Bedminster.
I don't know. They're over Bedminster a lot, so I can imagine. I'm going to give you a report on drones about one day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones. And it's not only...
If he could do it, why can't they? And you know what? If we don't get a report on drones, I'm going to be tweeting his bitch ass every day.
Yep. Interesting. And Carl, I know no, I know what you meant. You're 100% right. Kel brought that up too. You're 100% right.
Yeah. No, the guy was being a douchebag, but like, you don't need to be a little bitch either.
Oh yeah.
With me, Glenn was telling me today that in Virginia they have drones all over the place too, and nobody's reporting it. I don't know why they're not. Do you want to say something about that?
Just one quick comment, which is we are home to the largest naval base in the world in Quantico, and we house a lot of the SEAL teams and have a huge national security infrastructure. And now for 2 years running, we have had drone incursion over secure airspace, and we still don't know why. And I think that's absolutely unacceptable.
That's why the hunch from many people is it's either our own government or it's China, and Biden's afraid of China.
If it's China and Trump had not won, we would be royally fucked.
Oh, I know.
Because you don't hear them talking about the drones, but there's something else that they're really not talking about anymore that we'll talk about later. But no one's really talking about the drones, but supposedly they're still out in these places. I have a inclination to believe Youngkin just because of what he does have out there with all the different military and intelligence types things that happen in Virginia for some reason. So I have a tendency to believe that, but we're not done. And hey, Cash.
President Trump and the new leadership coming in, I think, will work diligently to understand who's behind this and what we do in order to stop the digital surveillance of all of our secure infrastructure.
Dangerous? Well, I can tell you this. While we were dealing with a terrorist attack in New Orleans, we had drones being flown over our nuclear reactors in Louisiana.
Jesus.
No one's talking about that.
Oh, yeah. News to me.
How come that wasn't, not a headline
at the headline
anywhere? Like, why are there drones flying over the nuclear plants? Do we know? Like, you would think if his office was doing their due diligence, they would have went to the nuclear plant and said, do you own these drones? That found that out.
Yeah.
But I don't know how competent they are.
But Republicans, they're going to play ball with whoever's in power. So they'll keep their tails between their thighs if it's a Democrat in power. But now that Trump's in power, they have no problem saying it. You know what I mean?
Well, I also just don't know how competent they are. I don't trust any politician.
Nope.
Louisiana. And we brought that attention to the FAA. We've been asking the FAA to give these states the ability to mitigate these drones, and it's sitting on some bureaucrat's desk. And that's real. Nobody knows. They don't want to talk about it. Go ahead, Governor. You're going to say?
I was just going to say we have drones in Wyoming flying over our...
Now, real quick, I want to listen to this, but also pay attention to the scenery here. There was interesting body language happening here that has nothing to do with this topic.
Infrastructure as well. And it's incredibly frustrating that we not only have no way of knowing what it is, but nobody knows how to deal with them.
They don't want to talk about it.
You know who that is?
That's the simp.
Yeah. He looks kind of like a beaten little puppy being all the way at the end of the table.
Yeah, he looks like he's one of the lawyers in the back for O.J. Simpson.
And nobody knows why. They don't want to talk about it. That could be us sending drones. I hope that's the case. Us doing it and doing research, and maybe they don't want to talk about it from that standpoint. I hope it's not an enemy, but we're going to find out on the 21st, the day after. You have to give me a little time for the inauguration, but shortly thereafter, we'll give you a report on it. We'll tell you exactly what it is. They know, and it's very strange that they aren't talking about it.
Do you think he already knows?
Well, he's
And he just can't say that he knows? Even though I think it wouldn't be a problem if he just said that he knew.
he kind of admitted that he wasn't he wasn't in the know. But like, if he knows, what would stop him from saying so?
That's
now?
what I'm saying. Maybe he just really has a hunch. I don't know. It does seem kind of like those things. Like there's been a lot of times where he knows and he says, "Oh, it could be either or," and it's like, okay, but it's clear you know. And I feel like he's just playing that better here, or it's like I don't know. I think it is. I think it is. I think it's us. I do think it's the federal government spying on the state.
I hope it's us.
I hope so too. But I don't know. Both are fucked.
So President Trump also had another event last week. He attended a funeral. And Donald Trump tweeted out a little clip of this funeral, of his attendance at this funeral. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
So there he is sitting there, and we'll see how this plays out.
Well, Mr. President,
For a second time.
Yes, I have seen
What's that?
I have seen this.
Okay.
Brock, very nice to see you.
congratulations. So how you doing?
I'm a lot better, Dan.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Anyone could beat her.
Kidding
She's
me?
just...
I was just as appalled.
I was.
Anyone can beat her. Are you kidding me?
What's so funny is like the Obama is definitely fake, but you can't tell that the Trump's fake. Like the
Yeah.
Trump seems so
Yeah.
real. The mannerisms and the really.
You know what happened? You just didn't want to leave.
I know.
Is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized?
Horrendous.
Hillary still hates me. So much. I know. She'll never forget me.
Funerals suck.
Yeah. He did.
Should meet to discuss
I
things.
think so too. We can definitely set something up. Let me know whatever
Oh, we
works
got-
best for you.
I was gonna fly back to Florida tomorrow for the golf.
Okay.
I want to know who walks up from the front of the church to be seated. Because all these people walked up from the front. Every other normal person walks from the back. You know what I mean? Like that's how you enter the main church area, the whatever you call it. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
Like-
probably just
It's just weird. They were all like
Yeah,
just
this
chilling in
thing.
some other room, and I don't know.
it's because they're a part of it, probably.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I've never done the whole funeral procession thing and all of that.
I've never done like a legit I've done legit funerals, not like stage political ones. No. I mean, the family do sit in the front row, but they don't like
Yeah.
charade them out, and they have to look at the audience. You know, no, none of that.
I too have never been to a fake funeral,
Yeah,
but I've been to a few of the real ones.
yeah,
But like never like, I mean, they were my family members, but they never did the whole with the cars and the hearse and all that stuff. Like that, that's just not our style.
nah.
Matter of fact, on my mom's side of the family, we all just went over to my grandparents' house and talked about them all day and ate
Yeah.
food.
Yep.
I think that's more normal than what we're seeing here.
Oh yeah. Or sometimes there'll be like a family member will go up to the podium and they'll say like 10 minutes of who they are, who they were to them, and all that stuff.
Timon says Clinton looks like he's next. I don't know. It might be a foot race between him and Joe Biden.
I think Clinton outlives Biden for sure.
I'll finish this up and then I'll catch up with the chat there.
Did you see that?
Bubble.
She won't even look at me.
Really? I was told some of her people. Apparently, they said she fell off the wagon.
I think she actually may have. Sure. And also, she's not really built for this. At Mount Pressure, if you're not built for it, we'll do it.
Oh god, good.
I do find it interesting that all of a sudden it's okay for Obama to hang out and chuckle with Hitler himself.
Right. So like they've always dabbed each other up and stuff when they've been in the same room. And I wonder if it's like they're athletes and they view each other as like competitors or something like that.
Well, for Trump, it's a pride thing. It's
Exactly.
I did what you said I wouldn't.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be very pompous and nice to you because you're my fucking enemy kind of thing.
And Obama, it's an optics thing. Because sure, the crazy leftists would love to see Obama snub him, but the rest of the sane center of this country would grow to despise him if he decided to behave like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. They do what they want, dude. They get away with so much.
Yeah.
No, the thing is it's not even that people are criticizing like the Democratic Party or like saying that they're frauds. The ones that are have already like jumped the bandwagon on Trump, right? Not calling them bandwagons or anything, but just most people are just losing interest in politics as a pop culture thing. And it's not even like they're going to remember Obama as a bad president or realize, oh yeah, he really wasn't a good president. They're just going to be, yeah, everything got political and I just didn't, and it got tiring and burned out.
Okay, I believe I asked this last week. Because that topic I think that topic kind of came up with how like this political pop culture thing seems to be fading. And I believe last week I asked, does this all go away in the end of 4 years from now, where everything has to be political and everyone wants to make a fucking political statement with everything? Does this all end?
Well,
Trump's term is over here.
the thing is I'm very like, I don't know what the word is. Like fundamentally, I think every issue is actually an economic issue, right? So like when the economy's bad, people don't buy things. When the economy is good, people buy things. It's honestly as simple as that. Like entertainment and pop culture that have come out that has been slowly taken over Hollywood and mainstream since like 2014, maybe 2016 when it came prominent. It is bad. Like the movies that come out, they are bad, right? The games are on their like fourth, fifth sequels, and they're just rebooting the same game over and over again. It is bad, but objectively, if normal people who don't pay attention to this stuff have extra income, they will buy it. It's not even that movies are good or bad anymore. It's people just can't afford to go to the movie theaters, period. And they've adjusted to streaming and find a way to just not like, hey, if I don't really feel like dropping $150 every weekend just to go see a movie, I can just stay home. And so simply, if Trump really does magically fix the economy, which he can't really magically fix it, but it is going to stop getting worse, right? If the economy does really fix itself like that, these companies do have one more try.
So
because the political employees still work there and they can still try this shit again. And in a good economy, they're not going to flop as hard as they were during this Biden depression.
So I didn't bring it because I figured with all the fires and everything going on, I didn't know how much time we'd have to talk about it, but there was Biden is trying to ban all drilling offshore.
Oof.
And so the big part is like Trump wouldn't be able to reverse it because of a decision made by the courts from Obama previously doing something very similar, and the court saying that because it happened so close to the end of Obama's term, that it would be essentially unprudent to it wouldn't be prudent to reverse that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to make it a little bit difficult for a lightening of the load if that does go through. It's all, this is all the same kind of shit that we're I really hope it doesn't repeat. But hey, what did I see earlier? They're already drafting a bill. Oh, they're already I've got a meme for this. I got to pull that up. They're already drafting a bill for to allow Trump to start talking about making a deal for Greenland.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can find this meme. Because it's the new it's an interesting meme. I have to go to this page.
Yeah, I'm gonna read Carl's comment. We are seeing a change, but it takes a long time for a change to happen. The college woke took 10 years to fully implement, and it's also been really quickly rolled back faster. To add on that, like some people think like, Ubisoft isn't selling games to their customers and they're going to learn the hard way and they have to sell it to. No. Like nothing's going to change with these mainstream. What's going to happen is the economy gets better. More double A's and indies are going to just replace the triple A's. And like more new things need to be made during an economic boom. Like out of the depression, men are weak, into the economic boom, more like, adequate masterpieces and like generational storytelling for that. You know what I mean? Like we had awesome video games during and awesome movies and awesome stories during like the peak of like the 90s and the 80s and the 2000s. Where if the economy gets better, more indies, more like normal people can invest in, not having to rely on the big corporate quadruple A's at this point, because that is what it is. It's kind of we're getting into the quadruple A's because we're saying, oh, that's not double A because their budgets are still high. So yeah, but they're not astronomically big. So the change is going to be a new culture replacing that culture that's failing, and I definitely do believe that's going to happen.
I can't find this friggin' meme.
But that's why the replacing is important, because these like Dragonville, Dragon Age Veil Guards are still going to be released, and they're not going to flop as hard in 2027 to 2026, as they would have in 2022 or 2023. But the other creations, the other kind of economic boom of more indie studios and double A studios should overpower those. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to get many ducks in the waters simply based on economy gets better. People are going to buy dumb shit because they have money to buy dumb shit. Like things that make money doesn't correlate with it being good or bad, right? Like look at Captain Marvel. That thing made $1 billion. It's not a good movie. Art being subjectively good doesn't always correlate to profit. And usually it's the best movies and the best video games are discovered like years after they were released, right? Like DVD sales just explode 3 or 4 years after a movie like tanked in the box office, right?
I don't know. He says something about the Great Recession hit in his childhood, had a lot of great games and entertainment. I just think talent is the real issue. Like a team that won Super Bowl that lost a lot of talent.
It's also a lot of corporatism, just really like
the 49ers after they lost to the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, they're sucking. Good.
Granted, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but
yeah, I know
they went to shit that next season. Here's the meme. So
when have we never been pro imperialism? What the fuck is this? Yeah. Who's not pure?
Well, I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever, I don't know if most Americans, like the vast majority of Americans, have ever considered expanding America. You know what I mean?
We've already expanded with culture and economics. That's what imperialism is. That's like
Right.
and
But
an
now,
actual
but now the talk is the Greenland thing, which the Greenland thing is, I don't, I mean, that's kind of peaceful imperialism, right? I don't know if we need to buy Greenland or not. I don't know why that's even being discussed.
we don't have
Supposedly they got the
money,
minerals
period.
and for self-defense and whatever.
We
I
already have
don't know.
Alaska.
That's just what I'm being told. Yeah, well, there's Alaska too. And what do we do with Alaska? Fuck all.
Yeah, we don't do anything. We'll just do stuff with Alaska, and then
So
you
we're
know,
gonna take the Greenland and do nothing with that too. Like yeah, we just a massive landmass of ice. But that, yeah, I don't know.
it's kind of like
I'm not
in
saying
our-
I'm against it, but I'm not necessarily all for it.
It's
I think it's kind of dumb, and I just think we have a lot of stuff at home that still needs to kind of just be handled.
Oh yeah, but it's kind of like when you're playing an RPG and you have like 10 potions, right? You can't use those 10 potions until you put 5 in the storage, and then you get another 5, and then you have 10, and then now you can use it because you know you have some in storage. Like they don't feel comfortable invading Alaska because they need to buy another reserve country that they can just say, "Hey, you're our backup plan," while we actually use the resources of this other country we bought years ago.
Well, I almost see them tapping into Greenland before they tapped into Alaska.
Maybe. But then again, it's an argument to just do it with Alaska.
Especially if Greenland's just a territory.
Now Trump, we have this needs to be a Trump wants Greenland, and then Lady Liberty says we have Greenland at home, and then Greenland at home is Alaska.
But then there's the other side of the conversation where taking military action in Panama. As a matter of fact, Trump is even talking about building another one, like I want to say through the Costa Rican border, maybe,
Yeah.
but some other border that's way longer than the reason why Panama was chosen was because it's a tiny, tiny little bit of stretch of land compared to the rest
Yeah.
of Central America, and South America and everything.
Jeez, that's not
Or
needed.
maybe he was even saying doing it at the border of Mexico, which is a pretty good size
That-
of land.
That's different. That's fine.
The southern border of Mexico, obviously not through America. That would be wild.
That would be wild.
But you know, taking military action there, and then there's somewhere else that they were talking about military action. Oh no, not military, but like the whole talk about Canada. Like they're taking the Canada
Oh
talk
yeah,
seriously.
way too
They're taking the
seriously.
Canada talk seriously.
It is going to like I've always said, like, dude, what's going to be harder than giving citizenship is giving them health insurance. Like, how are they going to get?
Yeah.
Like, geez,
Same for Greenland though. Greenland's got that socialized Medicare too.
Do you think a lot of like insurance companies would really jump on that? Like, oh yeah, we could expand like easy. Would they be down to expand that far?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Fuck yeah, they would. Because
Yeah.
that's more people that have to pay them. Because under America, you have to carry insurance.
Yep. I always hated that.
It's the dumbest thing.
Like car insurance makes sense, but not health insurance.
But car insurance, you're fucked if the person hits you doesn't have car insurance.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it should be illegal to not have car insurance for sure. But
Okay, here in Arizona, it is illegal for someone to not have car insurance. In the state of Arizona, it is illegal.
mhm.
However, if I cause an accident with someone who doesn't have insurance and it's still my fault, they can go after my insurance company. I get the ticket, even though they shouldn't be on the road at all.
Jeez. Okay, that's how it is in California, kinda. Except it's not like you have to have insurance. So actually, all that happens is if you don't have insurance, your license get revoked. But it's not that it's illegal.
And then if they don't, if they hit me and it's their fault and they don't have insurance, I have to go through my insurance anyways, because what are they going to do? They're too broke to pay $100 a month for fucking insurance. What good is me suing them going to do?
How do you feel about like European countries that instead of car insurance, they just go to the local courts and like the judge just like hashes it out?
I don't know anything about that. There's a part of me that wonders how much this whole car insurance thing has boosted the cost of cars.
Oh, 100%.
I know there's been a lot of other things that have played into that, but like, yeah.
But it also makes it doesn't make sense though, because I don't know. It doesn't make sense that they get money.
While we're going on this stupid bullshit, if you hit a drunk driver, you get the ticket.
Oh my god.
Like, what the fuck? They shouldn't even be there, man.
That's retarded. Well, so a serious man said it should be illegal to drive. I don't know if that means in general, but technically how it's supposed to work is if you drive and you don't have insurance and the cop pulls you over and sees you don't have insurance, they revoke your license. Therefore, you are driving without a driver's license, which means you are driving illegally, which is why you always see these like videos of people getting pulled over by the cops and they're like, well, what did he do wrong? He didn't do anything wrong. They're just pulling over random people. And it's like they're pulling over people that like have what's it called under their license plates and their license numbers because their license have been revoked and they don't have car insurance and they go after them and they try to evade because they know they're gonna go to because they don't go to jail right away, right? They just say your license is revoked, goodbye. And then you have to go get it redone.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, well, you're driving on a suspended license. And then they just say like, oh, you're pulling them over for no reason. And it's just like, well, they're not driving without insurance or a license. Like, what if they hit someone? They shouldn't be on the road.
So, I think I'm gonna be agreeing with the serious man. I don't think it should be legally required to have insurance.
Really?
But if you're gonna make it, no, I don't think it should be. That's a risk you fucking take on your own, and those people can go and sue you or not, right? But if you're gonna make it a requirement to have insurance, if anyone hits those motherfuckers, it should automatically be the person without insurance's fault because they're not supposed to be on the road.
But like, dude, if someone without insurance tolls your car, is the state supposed to pay for it? Who pays for it? Your insurance pays for it?
Doesn't stop it from happening now, does it?
I know it doesn't. I know.
It's a pointless law. Because what does it matter?
Well, you do have dirty cops that pull people over for no reason, but then you have cops pulling people over because they have suspended licenses and the internet freaks out because they're trying to evade because they know that they're driving illegally. So it's like the law is fine, it's that they're not enforcing it right because they don't want to. Man,
there's nothing that's ever going to be able to protect you from being screwed over in a situation like that. There's literally no way to protect people. Well,
that thing that makes these insurance companies fucked is the dumb crap they get sued for. Like they pay, like not to defend a corporation or anything, but like my God, like what was it that the girl who got an STD in the back of an Uber got like $1 million, like $1 million or something like that?
That was because she fucked the Uber driver, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but why does the company Uber have to pay her that much money? That's retarded.
Well, that's just the retarded system.
Yeah,
I don't think Uber should be responsible for that. I think they should fire that guy.
Yes, no, yeah, exactly. So because these corporations get sued for the most stupidest shit, they have to be responsible for you. You're not a customer anymore. You're a consumer. They're responsible for the consumer. And that's why they inflate all their products and their management and
they've got insurance for shit like that too.
But they affect each other though. they rely on the insurance, and then they need an excuse to have more of a reserve, and then the insurances aren't coming for this, and this, so we have to sell cars for more money and all that stuff, and it inflates each other because they're like, oh well, Jesus, if we're gonna have to eat that much crap, then we need to start making more of a profit, and then that's how you have prices go up, and then that's when companies go out of business if the state comes in and says, by the way, you just need to take it up the ass and you can't raise your prices. It's like, yeah, but you're fucking, like, especially like the medical industry too. It's like, oh, but the insurances are fucking us so hard and you're telling us that we can't make a profit from it.
Oh my God. Sorry.
And it's fucking confusing. Hey, Wizzle. Hey, bro.
Hey, what's up, Weasel? Sorry, all of a sudden I got all weird.
People in Arizona are illegal. Yeah, you judge my state. Gosh, all these states are shit.
Let's see here.
Here, I'll be right back.
Okay. He'll be right back, he says. See, I don't want to do that yet because that kind of leads into the fires. There is where'd the other one go? The LA Times have been the owner of the LA Times is doing weird things. I believe a few months ago, we might have even talked about it on this show about how they fired like all of their editors. And now they're doing they must have had a press conference or something. Where did that friggin' thing go? Hold on, let me search for this. I just tried to put xtwitter.com. That won't work. No. Oh, I lost it. I don't know where it went. And I don't want to talk about the fires yet. So let's see. Oh, we're not talking about that. That's really all I got until the fire stuff. Yeah, we're not going to touch the Jew thing. Well, I guess all I got is fire stuff, so waiting for Shock to get back. I thought I had something else. Let me check. See if I accidentally bookmarked it somewhere I didn't mean to. Nope. Or maybe I didn't put it in the folder.
I'm back.
I lost something, and now I can't find it.
Your state is worse, but Arizona is worse to the price of just go to Texas. They're all fucking shite. I get it. It does.
Oh my God. I really need to do a video on Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerborg.
Yes.
Zuckerberg. That's his new name. Yeah, he looks awful.
So I had 2 articles about the LA Times. One of them was him coming out and like it was about the owner of the LA Times. And one of them was about him coming out kind of like in support of Trump and stuff. And then the other one is about Karen Bass.
Oh yeah.
Is that your mayor?
No, I do not live in LA County. That's not my mayor.
Well, but the mayor's just for the city, right? Like,
yeah, the mayor's just the city.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be all of LA County.
Yeah. Riverside County has a female mayor, and no one gives a shit.
Well, she probably hasn't been caught with her pants down yet,
right? Or just got it the old-fashioned way.
You mean on merit?
Yeah, no. On her
No?
knees. On her knees.
Oh, on her. Oh, okay. So
But once you get the job, you do what we tell you.
She was taking someone else's pants off.
Oh yeah, dude. Riverside's fucking ruthless. Like it is literally like Sons of Anarchy, where all Riverside does is just have gang wars with like the Hells Angels and shit. Like you'll always get these articles where it'll be like in 2001, like gang leader Alejandro yada 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 escaped to Brazil and finally came back to another house in Riverside County under an entirely different name, and they already booked him, and he hasn't been here for at least 2 weeks, and they already like arrested him. Like
Yes.
they're just fucking tracking down drug lords left and right, dude. It's hysterical.
Yeah, Kel, I was looking for a video of him, but it wasn't the Karen Bass one, which is the only one I can find now.
Yeah.
Does you go? Is her name Bass or Bass?
It's Bass. It should be Bass because she's retarded.
Well,
but it's Karen Bass.
Bass are kind of dumb too.
That's true. They're fish. They don't even taste good.
No, they don't. I don't know why you'd eat one of those.
Nah, I don't even think trout's that. Trout is just like the most.
And trout.
It's the most edible freshwater fish. Like brown trout looks gross, but it actually tastes better than rainbow trout. Rainbow trout cutting, it's not too bad. But yeah, true.
Yeah. I've had all the trouts and they're all disgusting. That's like all there is to fish up where I fish up north. I don't fish in the valley because why would you eat fucking catfish? Gross.
Yeah, catfish is nasty too. I miss my uncle. He used to have a boat, and we'd go out to Catalina and catch a yellowtail. Oh god, they were delicious. They were huge.
Okay.
Yellowtail was huge, man. We would have to take turns reeling it in, like because it would take like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, I guess we'll just move on to the fires. I mean, we're almost at an hour already.
I forgot. I had something that I bookmarked. Can't find it.
Was it what you sent in the BloodBath room?
Oh, was it? Let me go to BloodBath.
I don't know. I was asking you.
I don't remember.
The one from.
Oh no, not that one. No, because that's more fire related.
Yeah, that I actually need to have that one up ready to go because that falls into a part of what we're going to be talking about. So you see all the people there's people on the right wing side of things who have started complaining about people complaining about DEI.
Yes, I'm coining them as what did I call them? Anti-antiers or whatever. I had a better name for it. But it's kind of just turning into like I'm anti that you're anti this. And it's just like, okay, but you're doing the exact same thing that we're doing because we're anti this.
Yes.
It's kind of just reactionary for the sake of being reactionary.
It is a little bit of the same energy, but also why would you choose to defend Karen Bass as for this particular instance on that.
And that's the trap. That's the trap for sure. Versus just like people that are like, I mean, it's kind of the point where so many people are joining in on the, video games are bad DEI stuff, right? Where most people that criticize some of the people that are kind of coming off as fake, I totally agree with them. Like, sometimes people call JD Smash a hypocrite. I'm not a fan of him either. And I will agree with the hypocrisy of these people that are, you can call grifting, right? But the point is, you can't take it out on the audience that feels that DEI in games are terrible. That's the trap you fall down. You know what I mean? Some people can take it like for example, Pirate Nation, he tweeted Ghost of Tsushima's Sucker Punch's dev team in 2018 and said, this is 2018. And then they said, oh, here's the Yoite, the second one. And it was all a bunch of girls. That photo was taken also in 2018. And it was basically just like this is all the devs for Sucker Punch, and today's National Women's Day, so we posted just all the women.
Right.
And so like, okay, you're going too far because you're a fucking grifter. It's cool to call that out, but you can't attack the fans, because like that's the thing. My thing is just like the story's shit, and I want to criticize the story is shit, and I don't like it, and you're ruining a sequel, and the game's not fun. I'd like attack what I don't like about it, and I could link it to DEI. Like if there's a correlation with bad games and DEI, and if a game is good and it has it, that's different. So that's the trap people like the anti-reactioners fall into when they point out these grifters.
Well, and here's the other side is like there's really no way of proving that this was a DEI hire without like a resume of some sort, right? Like without knowing that they didn't have anything to offer this job when they were hired. But I don't know. Have you seen this video?
Oh my God, yes. This is hysterical.
I don't know why you would be like calling this person DEI hire is racist when she says the shit that she says in this video.
I think this dude's based. I think he's based.
Well, we'll talk about that. I want to play it then.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that.
No. That has never crossed my fucking
Disparu had the funniest reply to this.
Oh, did they talk about this?
They did talk about it. Disparu said, so if I'm in my second story of my house and it's on fire, I do not want a 5'8", under 100-pound man pulling me out of that fire, aka me. I don't want a 5'10", 112-pound man trying to save me from a fire. I was like,
5'8", 112 pounds. He's a skinny son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's skinny. He's not that short. I think he's like 5'10". He's about 5'10". But yeah, he was like 112 pounds or something like that.
Kel is asking if it has testicles. I believe no.
Yeah, you look under his chin.
It's Butters.
Somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
You arrogant fucking cunt.
Base. Don't wear that skirt down the alley, bitch. That's what he just said.
Oh. You know what? You have a point.
Oh, yeah. Why are you wearing that outfit at that time of night in an alley alone? That's your fault, says the lesbian firefighter.
You're right. Oh no, that's a whole nother theory now.
That's why I'm saying everyone needs to just say based.
Except that doesn't work in a fire. You can be sleeping in bed, not having a clue what the hell's going on. You're just sleeping.
I wanted to save this for Devil when he gets here, but my big thing is like, I understand. Like everyone says, like, get out of California. You have to get out of there. It is hard to leave a state. You need to have extra income.
Yes.
You need to find a job. and you need like that's harder to do unless you have like your wife owns a business and you can just sell that business and have the cash
And
you
your
need,
2 homes.
and you have two homes, you got assets, you have liquidated property that you could liquidate, right? But here's the thing, no one simply is stuck in Beverly Hills. It is hard to afford a shitty home, a shitty apartment in Beverly
Yeah,
Hills.
yeah.
You have to keep your job in LA, but you live outside the city.
Dude, LA's got the 500 square foot apartments for fucking 3 or 4 grand a month.
No, like 5, dude. They're like 445 and 450, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I've been in them. I never had one, but I had some friends who did, and I don't know why they chose to live like that. Outside of the fact that that's where they like worked and where they wanted to be. And I was like, all right. I don't think they were paying for it though. I think mom and dad were.
Oh
Anyhow.
yeah, but you're saying you're stuck in Beverly Hills when you're not. You know what I mean? They're stuck in like this place in LA and in California that doesn't stop criminals. There's homeless people everywhere. They don't put out their fires. You're next to so much flammable trees. It's like you chose to live there. You are not stuck living there.
Timon says, try leaving a country.
That yeah.
Yeah.
You can just walk in.
You know what?
You can just walk in here, Timon. What are you doing?
I'd be curious. What did Cabrutus do to get the hell out of
He's not in Brazil anymore?
No, he's been in Japan for a while now.
Oh yeah. Well, no, Japan's accepting visas.
Yeah. Maybe that's just an easier country to get to.
It is. If you make enough money, Japan will take anybody.
Well, but like, I mean, I guess maybe Cabrutus was working a job that he could work from anywhere.
Also, the history test is really hard to pass too. Which America?
You have to take a Japanese history test to move there?
Yeah, just like America. You have to get
in America, you have to pass that test to become a citizen.
Well, you have to get you get your visa. You have to do one to get the visa, and then it's another one to get your citizenship. It used to be both.
Oh.
It used to be the test for the visa, and then when you got your citizenship, you just answered like 2 of the questions in person. And they used to be like actual questions, and now the answer is just like George Washington.
Yeah, maybe I'm crazy, but anytime I hear that, what's her name? Representative Mace was on the Pool Show a few days ago, and I saw a clip from that. And she mentioned something about, making the H-1B like improving visas in generality, like making like improving the quality of the process or something. And I'm like, no. Let's just leave it how it is for now and take care of things. Let's make sure that the rules are actually being followed when doing these. Let's make sure that we're actually doing what should be done and not change this process, but actually follow the fucking process. I don't. Our country is one of the easiest ones to get into compared to other ones out there. Try and move anywhere else in Europe. Try and move anywhere else in this world that's not a third world country. It's not. We're one of the easiest places. We're one of the very few places that has birthright citizenship.
Yep.
Like if your parents are an American citizen, and actually no, it's when other people like say like someone from Jamaica comes here and they just happen to have a baby here. That baby can now have dual citizenship between Jamaica and America.
Yep.
There's other countries where that's possible for Americans as well. I know I can't remember. You used to be able to get
Mexico and Italy,
Canadian and American citizenship.
Mexico and Italy have like if you just have a family member with citizenship, you can give another family member citizenship. And I thought that was true.
You have to be like, it has to be your parent.
Oh, it has to be a parent.
Yeah, I knew a guy that his parents were from Canada and they moved here.
Yeah.
Like my grandpa.
I knew a dude whose parents were from Canada. They moved here, and they had him, and they stayed here and everything. But they were still Canadian citizens, and they could have applied for him to get his Canadian citizenship, and they didn't. And he's pissed that he doesn't have dual citizenship.
Well, you know. Oh God, yeah.
I don't know why he wants to be Canadian so bad,
Who wants to be
why-
Canadian, eh?
and why he moved. Why? Yeah, he's an Arizonan. I don't know why you would want to go back to that frozen wasteland.
That's so weird. Well, I mean, I want to live somewhere cold too. Like that's why I don't want to go to Texas. Like it sounds hot, unless it's like northwest Texas where there's hills.
Like
No.
closer, like the Panhandle, maybe.
Yeah, that's where my grandma used to be from. And that's the only place in Texas that I've been, except for Houston, which, oh my God, Houston was terrible. Houston was awful. I hated it.
The only thing I know about Houston, and it's from listening to it's a few years ago, I was listening to different NBA podcasts. Supposedly, Houston is the second best place in the country for strip clubs.
Dude, that's all there is. There's churches, churches chicken, and strip clubs. I kid you not. Every 2 blocks you'd pass, there'd be a church and a chicken restaurant. And I'm just like, how awkward is that if you're like a Lutheran and then you go to the Catholic church and you're like, I'm actually not a fan of KFC. I'm going to drive down to the Lutheran blocks and get some Popeyes. And then you got to meet the Lutherans and then they have their Bibles to the hip and then they fight each other. I wonder if that's common.
You see, I've never had to worry about the church gangs. I don't know anything about them.
Well, they're so close. In California, they are not close
Do you
together.
guys have patterns or colors or something?
Every city has like a church there. And if you don't believe in that faith, you have to drive to the next city and hopefully they have there's not many out here. But in Houston, every block was a different faith and a different type of chicken and seasoning and MSG. Every block, dude.
I think there's only one kind of MSG, but I could be wrong. I haven't used it too many times myself.
Depends where you get it. The Filipino or the Chinese one.
I was going to say the Chinese one.
Tiny MSG.
So I don't know if you know any more about this than the normal person. But LA Mayor Karen Bass cut fire department funding by $17.6 billion, focused on homeless spending months before wildfires turned city into hellscape.
Yep.
So this is the mayor of Los Angeles, not this.
No.
I have no idea what this video is, but I forgot.
That's my argument, dude. It's LA's doing this. Everyone wants to conflate LA and San Francisco with California. I get it. I get that. All right. But and it is hard to move states, right? It's not easy. But it is easy to move out of LA and just commute to LA like a normal poor middle class person. You choose to live in this area and you know their politics. I'm so shocked how many people and Twitter that are mutuals and the fellowship that actually lived in Hollywood. I'm like, there's no way. I thought Pasadena was way too fucking close. And there is a big difference.
There is. Yeah.
Pasadena is very different than LA for sure. Yeah, but even then, I'm like, even that's too close, bro. You could go to Orange County, you can go to Irvine, you could go to Riverside. There's tons of places outside LA that you can afford and not be near that madness. You can at least do that. I'm just so shocked how many people who follow politics know how bad LA is, right? We all call it California, but it is just these cities, and move out of just the city. It's the bare necessity. It's so weird to me.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a family thing. I don't know.
It's an hour away. It's just an hour drive. An hour? That's too far? Because here's another thing. Because
if you were raised in Los Angeles, how many times have you gone an hour drove an hour to go anywhere?
Well, here's the thing, dude.
Outside of traffic causing it to take an hour.
Well, yeah, but my whole life, dude, people move out of LA to go to the suburbs. So many people were like, I'm done with that city. And this is like 2005. This is 2010. This is 2016. There's like, I'm done with the city. I'm getting out of it. And in California, we drive everywhere. An hour long drive is not a big deal. We all do it. And especially like if you have a fire near your city, you evacuate to someone in the other city that's your friend or family. And that's another thing too. I don't know what's more dumb. Either LA didn't, because LA's been screwing up all the alerts, like the evacuation alert. Like they accidentally gave everyone in California an evacuation alert.
I saw that.
And I'm sitting here like 60 miles away from LA, actually more like 90 miles away from the actual fire. And I'm like,
Can
yeah,
you smell 'em?
no, I can't fucking smell them. You know who can smell them? JT Smash, who's 150 fucking miles away. Apparently he can smell it. And I know this isn't a good argument.
He's down Breeze, that's why.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Apparently the hill blocked the smoke, but it funneled down the 5 freeway, and that's when he could smell it. Fuck me, man. But yeah. So they've been screwing up with the alerts. So I don't know if they just didn't alert them enough to evacuate, or if people just this is bear getting. Oh, they're playing. I thought this dude was just getting mauled by a bear. What the fuck's going on here? But I think what's more probable, dude, is so many people in Beverly Hills didn't evacuate and they just wanted to record themselves waiting for the fire to get to them. Like, usually when you look up the Paradise Hills fires, like when you look up footages from that, the quality is shit because it's real. And the quality is so clear when people are waiting the last minute to their tree and their neighbors are on fire and they go, oh no, I forgot my dog. Let me go back in and get my dog. It's like, you are so fucking full of shit. You could have evacuated a long time ago. You're telling me you don't have friends or family in another city that you can go stay with for a night? I don't believe you. And what was fucked about the Paradise fires that happened in like 2016, I think, 2017, is the entire city got evacuated right away. And they said, well, we have to do it in phases so that we don't cause traffic. So they had these phases based on how close you were to the fire. And they evacuated that phase and that phase and that phase. And the problem was, even though everyone evacuated on time, there was so much traffic that the fire caught up.
Yeah, that's what
the
happened in
highway.
the Palisades. The Palisades got all fucked and people had to leave their cars.
That was a whole day after the fire. That was day 2. That was not day 1. People were not fucking evacuating. And the Paradise fires, they evacuated right away. Like, honestly, it was a small fire. No, in the beginning, like when it first started, it was a fire, and I'm like an entire city is gonna evacuate just for that one fire, and then it was just like no, because they knew it would keep growing, and then they all had to leave. People in Beverly Hills were not evacuating.
That wouldn't surprise me, because those would be the kind of people that I could see it being very easily to be all like, oh, it would never happen to us type mindset.
But you live in the hills with a bunch of trees, which like California has way too many trees. Well, yeah, we're a desert with eucalyptus trees. What are we doing?
You're more like a desert oasis.
Oasis, yeah.
Redwood would be planted in California.
Static's looking for a place in Westwood Hollywood. Dude,
Yeah, I need to address some nasty rumors. I was not looking for a place in West Hollywood. I had a place in Huntington Beach.
Go live at fucking Huntington Beach. It's gorgeous.
Why would I go? I have no reason to go back to California. You can suck my balls.
No, I'm just saying, if you live in LA and you're like, wow, the policies are bad here, go to Huntington then.
The Huntington's way cheaper.
Yeah.
Huntington's way fucking cheaper.
Cheaper and nicer. And they arrest people for stealing.
And if you go live into the ghetto part of Huntington, it's almost the nice part of Los Angeles. Like Los Angeles proper, not Beverly Hills and all that.
Did I tell you how I got banned on Twitter for like a few days?
You did something else besides the KYS.
I got really creative this time and they still got me. So basically, it was the whole Kate Bush's husband thing. And you had these like boomer MAGA people like celebrating, like, haha, he got banned, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, look, I don't like him. He's a commie piece of shit.
Right.
But I don't like him being banned for naughty words because he basically just said, go X yourself. And it's like, this is just Twitter banter. You shouldn't ban people for just silly speech like that. Like, how do you call yourselves MAGA and yet you're like protecting hate speech laws? Like,
the Puritans are making a comeback.
They are,
and
so
it's because they don't understand. They never understood. So I knew this was going to happen, and it was because they didn't understand free speech. They were just like the crazy lefties.
Yep.
But because it was their speech that was being suppressed.
Yep. They didn't have the principle of free speech. Yeah.
Yep.
So his response to me was, here, let me help you, buddy. And he copy and pasted the terms of service. And I'm like, thanks for pointing out that you support hate speech rules. Like, what are you doing? And then I said, this is my creativity was flowing that day on the way home. What did I say again? I screenshotted it. I said, you can help me out by jumping into a dumpster fire in East LA and wait for the wrath of Karen Basque's flames to take you, you commie progressive piece of shit. And then bam, like, delete that stupid time out for 2 days. I'm like, fuck.
That's so good.
Thank you. Like, I got creative this time.
What a bitch. He must have reported you.
I don't know. He didn't. I'm shocked he didn't block me. Like, I honestly do respect the not blocking me thing. I need to screenshot it and retweet him. Like, fuck you, bitch. Then maybe take this down. It happened really quick though. It happened in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they don't understand the principle of freedom of speech.
No.
And there's been way too many people that are quote unquote on the right using the term hate speech unironically.
Yep.
So that's going to be a problem over the next few years.
Well, because it's just turning into the Twitter's just or X. If I don't like it, I call it X. Like, I've started calling Twitter X now because I kind of fucking hate it. It's just turning into Republican Facebook. And I'm like, no, it's supposed to be free speech. And where do you get free speech? From the right. That's what it was supposed to be, but it's not turning into that, is it?
Well, you used to get free speech from the left.
Yeah, well,
back in the 90s, it was the left.
Well, it's the same thing. It was just because they were being censored. They didn't principally do it until they got into power. And then all of a sudden,
well,
Facebook has to
they were the ones who were pushing more against like the video game ratings and the music ratings and all that stuff. There's more people on the left, not from the government left, but the citizen left.
Well, yeah, the culturally dominated, like, pop culture and sub pop culture, right? Music and TV shows when they were all low budget, right? Where you could make like a TV show for like, I don't know, a couple $100,000, right? Not even $100,000, and it make huge profit. Like, the entry into making art back then was so much lower, and so you had an actual independent, culture that could influence.
It's harder to get noticed back then.
I don't know. I mean, you have like retarded movies like Napoleon Dynamite make tons of money. Like, there's so many examples.
You know who made Napoleon Dynamite?
No.
fucking TV.
Oh yeah, that's true. But like, they hire like the writers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they had more money to spend and they did low budget stuff to just try. Like anyone can try whatever they wanted to do and just see if it works. It wasn't like you had a bunch of board members saying, this is how we do it. This is how it's done. We need representation, yada, yada, yada. And then they cast the directors and the writers and they tell them what to do. It was like low budget. You have an idea. Here's a small budget. Make it happen. And then they made it happen. And like the entry into creativity was much lower versus everything now is so high budget and needs to be approved by a corporation.
You're talking about mainstream though.
A bit, yeah.
The
but
indie
there's
world,
also
the indie world has never been bigger than it is now.
True.
I
guess I don't pay much attention to movies,
artists,
but video games, yeah.
Even big musicians are saying "fuck you"
music
to the record labels.
Well, that's because the music industry like legit collapsed.
The music industry fucked themselves when they didn't figure out how to handle the MP3.
It legit collapsed. So music, I agree because I pay attention more than video games for sure because I pay attention more. Movies and TV shows, I don't pay too much attention because I don't have time to watch that many TV shows. Because I just watch too many bad ones, and I'm like, I don't like having my time wasted.
Bad ones. There's plenty of good ones out there.
Well, to just like try random shows out, just to try. Like,
oh,
I am tired of that. I need recommendations before I do it.
I've been wanting to go through another Breaking Bad session.
Dude, like I'm just rewatching stuff at this point. Like
that's what I'm watching. So I'm watching My Hero Academia again.
Yeah, you've been telling
me. And then actually, so this is the first time I'm watching the Brotherhood arc of Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, I need to watch it. Well, I'm not watching it because Kratos has some really cool YouTube channel ideas. He just needs to do them.
I know.
And so there's a lot of things that I want to try, and I'm just kind of like, well, he has this YouTube channel where he basically wants to like properly have people be backseated while they enjoy something for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I'll do that, but
I think Kratos' problem is time.
That's all, bro. I'm so busy too.
I know. I was saying earlier, like Kel said, "Oh, great! I've been looking forward to this topic because the news of the fires broke on Tuesday. We do this show on Mondays, and I was talking to you in the DMs. I'm like, I hate that it's a weekly show. I'm like, I need to do more shows.
I know. I do too many shows. I do way too many, and then I watch too many too. But with the fire though, the big thing though is like I would much rather it be about this needs to be political. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, somebody needs to pay for not cleaning the forest floor for the last 30 or 40 years.
Well, everyone's bitching about California policies. Some of them are California, right? Like the water reserves, right? Like our city our state doesn't have fucking water. That is definitely a state problem. Other big corporations are allowed to have their own water reserves that they didn't fucking share. There's a lot of companies in Hollywood and LA that had their own water reserves. Like Pasadena, they had their own water reserves that they used, but Beverly Hills didn't have water and they didn't share it with them.
My governor has been giving you guys tons of water.
Yeah, we've been
so I don't know. And that was before any of this happened. Like ever since she got in, that was one of the first things she did was some California water deal. So you want to make it political? Let's make it political. Have you seen this video about Karen Bass?
Let's see.
November 7, 1983. Remember this date, but first, let me introduce you to Karen Bass. Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass.
Did you see that?
What?
Did you notice that?
What?
He was supposed to point at the date, but the date wasn't there.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Well, watch it again. You're like, he points. Pay attention to this date, and the date's not fucking there.
Oh, yeah. He obviously didn't do the editing. He just did the talking. This is someone just put some shit through CapCut.
Yep.
1983. Remember this date, but first, let me introduce you to Karen Bass. Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass went on at least 15 trips to Cuba, many with a group known as the Venceremos Brigade, a Marxist group started by the Castro regime to subvert American interests, weaken democracies, and spread communism around the world. Founded in 1969, the Venceremos Brigade organized trips to Cuba every year for half a century. They attracted the most radicalized and delusional segments of the American left, including overtly Maoist and pro-Soviet communist groups. In fact, a Los Angeles police investigator who infiltrated the group testified to Congress saying that to be a member of the brigade, you had to be confirmed as a Marxist-Leninist, as a brigadista, and then moving up the ranks.
How do you get confirmed as a Marxist-Leninist?
I think
You just give them all your paychecks, like
yeah.
What? How does that like?
You got to go to an island and party a bit.
Okay, well, this was a little bit before Mr. Epstein, but
No, but like all these like deep state, like they're all just fucking sex cults, all of them.
and here we go. This is why it's good to have foreigners in your chat.
Hey, oh, really?
Venceremos means we will win.
Interesting.
The organizer for the Venceremos Brigade, Karen Bass visited Cuba every 6 months. Their mission? To radicalize young, impressionable American leftists in terrorist tactics and guerrilla war.
So I forgot about this, but Biden's VP was between her and Kamala Harris.
I honestly think you should have picked Bass because she's competent. She's evil.
Do you think the American people are ready for this?
They almost voted Hillary Clinton. What the fuck? She's just a black Hillary Clinton. What do you mean?
She's fugly.
She is competent and evil, like good at her job, knows what she's doing.
Did you say competent and evil?
Yeah, that's the thing. There are useful idiots, and then if you're not an idiot, you're evil. You know what I mean? Like Gavin Newsom's not an idiot. He's evil. He's very good at being evil and playing dumb.
You have a point. If they wanted to do more damage, she would have been the one, as opposed to Kamala Harris, who...
Yeah.
Did she do anything?
She didn't do nothing. No, she didn't do shit. They didn't do nothing. Like, I honestly think they should have went with Bass. Like, if I'm gonna say what's the more evil agenda that to fuck up the country even more, would be Bass.
Well, and she's a trained communist and freaking all about that.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. We're making this political, right? Because forever it was they destroyed a dam to protect smelt. They're hurting our country, and it's like, yeah, well, it's not hurting you. Yada yada yada. Republicans are anti-environmentalists. Yada yada yada. And now it's like, this is the shit we've been bitching about for years, and you can't even put your own fires out, or you want them to burn.
Hi, Devil.
What's up?
Just in time.
We've kind of been talking about it, kind of not, just poking around.
Yeah, we didn't get too deep in it, man.
Have you seen this video?
No, I haven't seen this video. I did see the one where they had the two black actresses, the one from like Next Friday and I can't remember the other one's name. And they're saying any criticism of her is racism.
Oh yeah.
Which
because
black
she's
actress from Next Friday? The aunt?
the one who's all like Mr. Nasty or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Who's gonna
shit.
take that bitch seriously?
Yeah, her and is it like Nicole Brown or whatever her name is, I think her name. And they're seen outside like in front of like a Walgreens, and somebody asks them, and they're all like, yeah, any criticism of her is because of racism. But she's a black woman in America, so she has a spine of steel. And I'm all like, fuck you. Like, people lost their houses because of her choices, but somehow they're not supposed to blame her. They're supposed to go, no, it has to be some white dude out there. That's where the buck has to.
I told you, dude, they will defend her. Democrats would totally defend her because she's an actual communist. Because that's the thing. The left that actually doesn't like the Democrats, they don't like them because they're not progressive enough. This woman's an actual communist, a Marxist-Leninist.
Yeah.
It's almost like Devil just moved between one window on my screen into another window.
Yeah.
Double dipping. You double dip the stream.
Warfare. Members of the Venceremos Brigade were even taught how to make bombs.
Jesus Christ.
Karen Bass admits, on her many pilgrimages to Cuba, she went to see Fidel Castro speak several times, even calling him charismatic, and upon his death, praised him, saying, "The passing of Commandant en Jefe is a great loss to the people of Cuba, even though the people of Cuba see him as a dictator who impoverished their island." Another group, the M19, took its belief in revolutionary anti-imperialism to extremes, violent extremes. The M19 was the first and only women-created and women-led domestic terrorist group. Since their founding in 1978, M19's tactics escalated from robbing armored trucks and abetting prison breaks to building their own explosives and carrying out terrorist bombings. From 1983 to 1980,
there's some juicy shit that's about to come up.
M19 bombed an FBI office, the Israel Aircraft Industries building, the South African consulate in New York, DC's Fort McNair, and Navy Yard, which they bombed twice. But that wasn't enough for them. On the night of November 7, 1983, the M19 called the US Capitol switchboard and warned them to evacuate the building. Minutes later, the M19 bombed the north wing of the US Capitol.
They bombed the Capitol. I did hear this.
Was this the first January 6th?
They almost killed
Yeah.
AOC.
Insurrection.
No.
No one ever talked like.
No.
There wasn't any bombs there that day. Not on January 6th, but on November 7th, 1983. There certainly was.
Well, there was fake bombs set up by the FBI.
Yep.
On Gen 6.
Yeah.
It never went off.
The railway, the train, or whatever.
Yeah, left out in front of a bench, like clear as day. Yeah, some weird stuff.
Right.
Hey, how's it going, Small Time Republic? He says Democrats never waste a tragedy, yet they think it's beyond the pale to criticize their failures that cause them. Exactly.
100%. That's why I don't think LA started the fire. It's just when their city's burning, they see an opportunity and they fucking let it happen.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to go over what started the fire.
November 7, 2023 marks 40 years since the M19's bombing of the US Capitol. Members of the M19, like Susan Rosenberg, traveled to Cuba with and were radicalized by the Venceremos Brigade. The South Los Angeles Venceremos Brigade was led by Karen Bass, who
She was leading this gang by the time that these M19 people came around.
Damn, which is translated to "we will win."
Mm-hmm.
is now mayor of Los Angeles.
Full-on commies in the government.
And being a mayor of LA is like a very powerful position. You know what I mean? Huge city, responsible for a lot. Kind of, not anymore. There's nothing in LA anymore, dude. It's a ghost town.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how so many of these lefties have gone full like communist and they're still getting into office. Like people learn nothing from the past, I guess.
Well, I still think it's going to turn into, Republicans being populist and the Democratic Party just being communists, because you're running out of in the middle corporate cronies like Obama's and Clinton's and Biden. I think you're running out of those kind of Democrats and Democrats are leaving.
We have a Congress full of them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, at least that are popular to run for president. The ones that might run are just communists. And now, like, there's more mayors that are just claiming to be Marxist Leninists. And then
the thing is with that though, like, look, if Karen Bass said, "Oh yeah, I love communism. I am a total communist. If she would have ran under that, she would have never been elected.
But you have like what's his name? Like Charlemagne, right? Where Charlemagne bashes Joe Biden. And it's like, no, he bashes him for not being progressive enough. He wants reparations. They talk about reparations. When they talk about the progressive shit, they're saying that they are.
He wants socialism. He thinks he's a socialist. He doesn't understand that all that is just communism light.
But that's who their voter base is. They don't like Biden or Harris because they're not socialists.
Here's the thing. I think there's a major divide because I don't think all of them are, but I do think there is a portion that, yes, is socialist. And not even, I wouldn't even say that because they don't even know what socialism really is, a lot of them. There are ones like Karen Bass who studied it and are 100% on board with all the stupid shit involved in it. There's also a lot that just jump on board and have no clue what it entails.
We got the college talking points where they're just like, healthcare is a human right, and then they just repeat that over and over again. They don't understand how fucking healthcare would work.
Like Shock's second love, Nicolal or whatever her name is, she sits there and champions Bernie and shit, but she couldn't tell you what socialism is. She just knows that she's supposed to like you.
Oh yeah. So know what's so funny? You know how base Nicolal is?
How base?
She moved to Mexico when Biden got elected because she couldn't afford America. She just fucking I'm gonna go where it's cheaper. Based.
The best way to watch Nicolal is to put her on mute and then just play other music in the background. That's how you can watch the OK Boomer video.
Yeah, put her on mute and take your pants off.
Krista Nova did the Nicolal Boomer dance.
What?
You remember that? She did it with the Mario hat and said, "Okay, Goomba." That's how she got trending.
Here's
Krista Nova. That's how she got trending before Geeks and Gamers. She was the Goomba girl.
I had no idea.
I can't watch anything like anyway sexual with Krista Nova because she acts like such a little girl that it's kind of creepy.
I know.
Like if like she put out a tit pic, I wouldn't look at it. I'd be like, I can't. No, I can't.
No.
It's not right.
That's getting close to fucking cheese pizza.
Yeah.
It's just I couldn't. I just see her as like a little girl for some reason because of how she dresses, but also how she acts, and I'm like, I can't. No.
She's cool though.
Oh, she is. She's fun
super cool.
But yeah,
that's it. Small Time Republic thinks Michelle Obama, Josh Shapiro ticket would have won.
We talked about this, dude. Michelle Obama was 100% afraid to lose to Trump. She should have ran.
Yeah, I think she was the best chance too. Never really considered Josh Shapiro. As soon as I saw him sign that fucking rocket, fucking, I don't know if it was a mortar or whatever the hell it was, but as soon as I saw him signing that with Zelensky, he needs to be voted out. Pennsylvania, he's got to go.
Do you think Joe Rogan would have voted for Michelle Obama?
Yes.
Wow. He would be like, I've been bashing on Democrats for years, but I'm gonna elect Michelle Obama.
He wasn't bashing Obama.
Yeah.
The reason that a lot of people don't run, who everyone sits there and gives them, tells them to run, is because of what they dig up in your past. They're going to go through your past. They're going to find every little thing they can because that's what the job is, right?
People have been looking for Michelle's dick for years.
Exactly. And it's going to go into overdrive. That's the thing. You're going to have power. It would be like overdrive to get a picture of that freaking schlong.
That'd be a funny.
She didn't want that out there.
That'd be a funny leftist comic where it's like, conservatives, if I believe Michelle Obama's dick hard enough, it'll be there. I want there to be a penis there.
She wakes up in the morning, she looks down, she goes, "What the hell's that?" And it's just like, yeah.
You damn
through sheer will, we've grown her a penis.
That's a
or maybe it's Brock's sheer will. He's the one seen.
It's Freaky Friday with the Obamas. They just switch genitals.
Obama's all like, finally I got myself a vagina. And
dream come true. I'm gonna call my boyfriend up. Dear God.
Yeah, that would.
Was Obama a top or a bottom? What do you think?
Oh, he's a bottom.
Think he's bottom? Yeah.
Yeah, if they did have that Freaky Friday thing, he'd be so happy. He's all, finally, Michelle, we don't have to use a strap on.
Yeah, I'm triple. I want to get fucked just as hard as I fuck America.
Did that guy? So there's the guy who smoked crack with Obama.
Oh yeah.
Was
That
there anything
homeless
sexual to
motherfucker.
that story?
Yeah, he's said that they had they would
Yeah.
smoke crack, and then they did a whole bunch of gay shit. And they went to these
Yeah.
places and had gay sex, and yeah, there was when they did that interview. Holy crap! I was off. If 1/8 of this is true,
I
ew.
know. Yeah. I would believe if the drugs weren't true, just the sex. They didn't have drugs. They just split a med hat or something.
Yeah, he comes out and says, "I have never done crack with that guy." They're all, "What about the rest of
What
the
about the rest of the Oh, don't need to get all wee-weed up here now.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at this.
Look at this. Oh yeah. Yup.
That's fucked.
Dude, this guy put out a picture today. And it was of all these houses burnt, and there's one house with a red roof, and it's seen in the middle of all these burnt houses.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. And he's
I've
all
seen
like,
that.
"Does this remind you of something?" I know he's pointing out the Jews having the red mark on their door and stuff like that. But I put in the comments. My comment was, he's all, "What do you see when you see this?" And I put, "Oprah's house."
This is funny.
Okay, well, so you bring that up. What about let me find it. Not there. Where did I put it? I'm hoping to lean on Shock's information of electricity.
Sure.
Let me go back to my bookmarks. Palisades. Where the fuck is it? Why am I losing all of my bookmarks?
I've been losing mine too. I assumed it got deleted, but that's really weird.
Okay. What do they call those smart panels? The smart meters. There's a video. There's a video out there with the one with the house with the red roof is the one that doesn't have the smart meter, and all the other houses did.
Oh, interesting.
Man, that made that job way too easy, man. It used to be back in the day that somebody had to actually go in the backyard and risk being chased by a dog or to scan those things and check your meter. Now they just get to stand at the street and go zoop with a freaking gun in that direction, and it grabs what the information is.
So now one of the rumors going around is that there was what was the word? There was an issue with the electrical after the fire started, but this made the fires worse. There was something wrong with the electrical grid, obviously with power lines falling and shit like that. That it caused the smart meters to blow up.
I'll believe it.
And it has one of those lithium batteries that go up to 6,000 degrees Celsius in seconds when they catch fire.
Yeah. So believe it or not, when we work on government funded projects, even colleges that are government subsidized, if you didn't know, they also like normal colleges are also government jobs technically when it comes to payroll. My trade is installing computers and having the computers automate all this stuff, right? Like a smart meter. It's essentially kind of stuff like that. But the government will not let you install emergency detections on computers. We have to go old fashioned with relay logic. It all has to be wired from a relay into another relay into another relay. One emergency shut off goes into this one relay, and then you have to rewire all the outputs into the coils of these other signals and stuff like that, and all has to be intertwined so that it's hardwired, so it's like it's fail proof, right? So those smart things, when it comes to like fire safety for companies and corporations that install that stuff on their business, they do not allow the smart stuff. They want it all done the old-fashioned way, so there's no, fault or failures that can happen in case of an emergency.
That was the word. There was a fault.
Mm-hmm.
There was a fault, and that's where these
should've-
boxes started blowing up.
I mean, when the most flammable part of California catches on fire, evacuate immediately. Like even the Paradise fires, like even it was one fire, they evacuated immediately because they knew how bad that area was and how much it was going to spread. People didn't evacuate until like the whole day after the fire. They didn't shut any power off there. Oh, but they were going to have brownouts in other counties, and it's just like, why don't you just fucking shut off the power in Beverly Hills?
I wanted to up here we have so many fires. Like we were talking the other day, Shocker, we were mentioning how California has fires all over the place and no one gives a shit till Hollywood catches a flame.
Oh, the homeless rich are on fire. Oh no.
And up here, I was legitimately, when I first moved up here, me and my now brother-in-law, we were thinking of buying one of the water trucks because you can make a fuck ton of money if you own a water truck up here running water up to the fires, the people fighting the fires, because they can't get water up there except by truck. And so you just go pick up the load of water, drive it up. You have to drive through fire and shit, and that doesn't bother me.
Actually, some of the planes that drop the waters on the fires over where I live, those are privately owned too.
Yeah,
you can. He uses his plane, and because I live by a lake, and he just goes to the lake, picks up water, then goes to the fire, and he gets so much money.
Those dudes with the truck were making like 120 to 140,000 a year, and they were working for like a month and a half. That much in a month and a half of that doing that. Yeah. It like supposedly, like I said, the person I was talking to had knowledge of it, but I don't personally have knowledge of it. But he was saying that. I was all like, God damn, I'll go fucking sign a thing on the truck right now.
I was saying, time to get a fucking loan. Shit, I'll pay it off, and I'm one fire.
I'm not afraid of driving through, fire on the side of the roads and shit. Fucking, I'll do it. Sign me up
for it. It's actually really pretty. I know it's really fucked up, but when the sky's all orange, I'm just like, I know I'm evacuating my apartment right now, and I might not have it, but man, it's so pretty. Everything's all orange and red. Can't help it.
So, Shock, maybe I can get your professional opinion on this. So this is a house, outside of having some shit in the yard. Looks all right.
It's like fucking Inglewood.
I talked to the owner of this house right here in Pasadena. I talked to the owner. The owner does not have a smart meter on this house, on the front part of his house. There's no smart meter. No smart meter. So the house did not burn. The back house is the part of the house that had the smart meter, and everything in the back of his house is burnt. No smart meter. Smart meter. No smart meter. Nothing. Nothing's burned. Well, the trees, but the house state is.
There's only one side of the tree. But that bush is even fine over there.
Completely gone, and that's the one with the smart meter.
Well, yeah. So the government will give you more tax write-offs when you let Edison put those smart meters on your house. The government will tax you less, or they like to say, give you money. The government gives me more money because I bought a electric vehicle, or I got Edison did the smart meters. So the government actually gives me money. It's like, no, they don't. They just don't take as much money as they should from you. And so this is just, I'm not gonna get into the whole conspiratorial thing. It's literally just, they are the most irresponsible county and state in America. They push these things that benefit them, even though you'll have the old guard saying, hey, these aren't entirely safe, by the way. You want things to be hard locked, not relying on computers that can have faults and fail. because like computers are great. They make our lives very easy. But when it comes to safety, for fire safety and electrical safety, you have to stick to like the old fashioned way so that you prevent disasters like this. But no, they just want what benefits them, what gives them the better. Because basically they say, hey, if we install this many smart meters or whatever, we can evaluate that we'll save X amount of electricity on the grid, and we'll give that to the citizens, and then we put that in our budget, and we give ourselves more money.
Is there a battery in the old meters? Why are there batteries in the smart meter?
No, there's no batteries. It's literally just voltage.
Yeah,
Electricity.
why did the new ones need the lithium ion
They
batteries?
should not need batteries. They should just need if anything, they should just need a little step down transformer that that turns the whatever the voltage is, like 408 into 120, and then 120 into 24, and then you just
power it, but the power that it's fucking measuring.
Yeah, it just needs 24 volts, I bet. You just get a small transformer and you have a transformer do it, and you have its own dedicated circuit to it, and then it's fine. But even then, it could still fail. Like when a computer breaks, there's really no fail safe to tell something that it's not working. You know what I mean? Because when you fry a contact, it's no longer an input. It's no longer a signal. It can't like tell another computer, hey, this failed, by the way. It just it turns off, and then the meter still goes, and then it's not connected. So it's just, yeah, they do this because they justify their own budgets, and they say, hey, we're going to save this money on the grid because we're going to borrow energy from other citizens, and yada yada yada, even though it's very irresponsible, and they don't take care of you when they fuck up.
Side note, I hate my friends. Y'all have fucking these amazing jobs. You're like, oh, I do this computer program stuff, and then Static's all like, yeah, I work for this company. I lead all these people doing computer, and I'm all like, I flip eggs.
I've never flipped eggs, but I've flipped a lot of pieces.
I suck at flipping eggs, bro. I always break the yolk.
You know what?
I need a professional.
I've seen a lot of those like spiral omelet videos recently.
Mm-hmm.
I really want one of those.
Dude, Japan goes fucking crazy on eggs, dude. They make art out of eggs.
I can kind of make one of those. I guess that's my
nice.
But yeah, no, it's there's always like when you have those like barbecues and their guys are all staying around, they all have the jobs and they're talking all this stuff, and then there's the one friend that comes in and it's like, yeah, how's it going down at the Radio Shack? Oh, it's okay. Like all of them have like houses and he's still renting and shit, like like
dude, I've been there. I know what that's like. And I'm still the one renting. But that's
I'm the slow retarded friend.
I'm still renting too.
That's why I got to win the lotto.
It only lasts.
That's why fucking Justin Jefferson needs to catch fucking football.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson fucked me. Thanks, bitch.
So I don't know why you did that to yourself. He was mad and cursed. He ruined my season, and you thought, you know what? I'm gonna double down on shots.
Hey, you know what? I didn't think the Rams were gonna get 6 fucking sacks in the first half.
Well, actually, you kind of it's a good that they blew them out, because then it turns into a shootout, and then they just throw the ball.
Yeah. But I bet. I have no idea how many sacks they got in the second half, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was another 6, because they just had their fucking number, man.
Yeah, man, they have a good D line though. The Rams do. But yeah, we're all trying to get lucky and get our miracle done.
So I know Shock just said he doesn't want to get conspiratorial on this, but I'm going to share this little map here.
Oh, yes.
California wildfires line exactly in the same path as the California high-speed rail system.
This is actually cool. I'll entertain this. This is cool. I'll entertain this. Because it's like, look, there's illegal starting fires in Beverly Hills, and it's like, yeah, they've been doing that for a while, man. It's not a conspiracy. This is interesting. Yeah.
I'm going to get a slouchy beanie that it looks like a tinfoil. Like it has like
Nice.
if I can get, so
I
like
like
when I do
that.
these things, I
mean,
can put on my tinfoil
Yeah,
Talk
just
about
beanie.
a super easy way to do eminent domain.
Yeah.
That is still one of the biggest wastes that California's ever done is that high speed rate. Like I remember from way back when they first said, and they're all like, it's not going to cost hardly anything, and we're going to get so much out of it. And
Yep.
now it's like what 100 times what they said it was gonna, and we have like 2 miles of track or something. It's retarded.
They don't even have parking for the rail that they have that goes to LA that people like to use. Like
Dude,
they
that's
already
that's what I'm saying. Whenever I'd go there and I drive by that thing, I'm like, how the fuck do you even get to that?
there's no parking. Like you have like what was it like my uncle works in LA and like he makes a lot of money, but his wife still has to drive him to the monorail.
Yeah.
Like your wife has to take you to work and you make how much money because he doesn't want to drive. He'd rather just take the rail. And I'm like, that's cool, but like, why? Yeah, there's no parking for these things. I don't know how people fucking get to them.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. I was like, they'll not the whole high speed rail has been nothing but a giant money laundering.
That
pretty much
is a good conspiracy theory. I like that one. That's fun. Not just I think LA. I think the governor is hiring illegals to start fires, and I'm like, no, that's not they just want them in their city so they can count them towards their electoral seats, and then they want them to cause havoc in general. They didn't orchestrate fire over here, a little fire in Pasadena, a little fire in the East LA, a little fire in Burbank. Like that's not what they're fucking doing. Like, all right, Team Desert Eagle is gonna go to Burbank. Team Churros going to Santa Monica. Yeah, batteries and smart devices are so they do have backup batteries. They're those little button ones. But I don't know. I mean, I assumed those smart stats or those smart meters had their own power supply. I did not know they were solely on batteries.
So I thought, so isn't the point of these so that they just report directly back to the home base?
No.
Yeah.
Oh. It's or at least like I said when I was looking into actually doing it, because like I said, when they said you could actually do it from the street, supposedly the person walks by and instead of having to go look at the meter, they just point like a scanning gun in the direction of the meter and it picks it up and sends it to them, the information.
Okay.
They don't have their own IP.
So just blasting out the radio waves, all the.
They don't have fucking IP addresses. You can't just search an IP address.
Oh, thank God they don't have IP addresses.
No, that like said.
Does that mean someone could hack your house's power?
That's that
true,
was
but like that's the point of controls, which I'm saying you don't need to add controls to your house's electrical, but like that's the whole point of it. Oh, I guess that is a good thing, but still.
So and then this is what he said. He said your hard drives that are not magnetic need power to store data. They have either big capacitors or batteries. The moment those are drained, your data is gone or damaged.
Well, that's the thing. Like if a resistor gets fried or like the controller or whatever gets fried, the battery could actually keep it on, and that battery itself could have its own input signal that can alert whatever another big controller or communicational device and say, hey, by the way, this is down, this isn't working, I'm broken, I'm dying. So but if these things don't have IP addresses, there's no way to actually report any faults.
Weasel, that is very rude. I am retarded. I can't code.
You know, if this were Facebook, you'd be fucking gone, dude. You'd be yeeted off Facebook.
But no, like, okay, so the battery is in case the power's out, so they can still find out how much you owe them for power that you're not getting, right?
Yeah. No. It's supposed to still have, the battery is supposed to be able to say, hey, I have enough power to tell the main communicational device that I am down. And then from the big computer, you can say, hey, this IP address is down. We have to go fix that meter.
Dude, how fucked. So, okay, maybe if there isn't a constant flow of power, it loses all that data. I don't think that that's how it would work. But like otherwise it sounds like if you're going through a power outage and we just so happen to have the power guy out there reading meters,
That's
we're going to be able to
stupid.
get this information. Fuck
That's
you.
Yeah.
so,
So like
so
the power's out. We
stupid.
won't know how much they owe us. They're all like, we got a backup battery. You owe us."
Oh my god. They're like, can you please tell us where you evacuate to so we can send you your bill?
Yeah. Where can we send this?
You left the microwave on. Because that's the thing that I understand, like, yeah, it's very evil to just have Edison just have your house be an IP address that you can easily hack, but it is irresponsible to just install controls on something so dangerous and vital and not have it hooked up to a network where you can monitor it. Like, I can't comprehend that as an electrician. I can't. How does that work? It's just to read meters from far away, and you risk so much danger by having faults with it when it doesn't report. That's crazy. I didn't think of that.
It's got to serve another purpose because that
has
purpose is
to.
retarded.
Yeah, that's retarded. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't have to get out of my truck anymore. Yay.
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
that's all it comes down to is like, yeah, now our meter readers can get more done because they don't have to get out of their truck.
it's just too much of an invasion of privacy to even put like barcodes on meters and just scan.
When I was looking into this, and like it's been a while, I remember hearing about the smart meters and everything. But like there's big time conspiracy theorists that are all like, no, you cannot put this on my house because it's going to blast my balls with fucking radio waves.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, then you get free weed like us, like Marsh, like Randy.
Oh, then we got Mr. Technical here. The smart meters use a RF system within 900 megahertz and 2.4 gigahertz band. So that means it would mess with your Wi-Fi.
Smart meters use...
It could mess with your Wi-Fi if it gets up to that 2.4.
Interesting. Damn.
And then we got Kel over here with one of the more popular conspiracy theories. It's all part of the plan to rebuild LA under the WEF and the 15-minute city plans. No one will own property there, no private cars, just public transit. So
that is the big plan. Yeah.
I definitely can see that.
I believe it. It's just I don't think it has to do with let's build policies that make our city unstable. And then from there, we can take advantage of any destruction that happened. It wasn't like they went to the border and then they got a bunch of people and they say, hey, you're going to set fire to this hill. Hey, you're going to set fire to this hill. That's the shit that drives me crazy.
No, it's almost like they knew it because if you see the videos of the people who are getting caught trying to set these fires, they're fucking nut jobs.
Yeah, it's literally Patrick from SpongeBob, right? When he's like kicking. Oh, I want to do some kicking. Like, oh, I want to add to destruction. I want to cause more fires. There's a big fire. Oh, like they're just fucking crazy people. They've been there forever.
Yeah, sometimes with conspiracy theories, people like make the conspiracy too big, you know? Like, yeah, there might be plans to do what you're saying, Kel. But then people add in all these extras that there's like literally all these guys seen they're planning these out, and like you said, Chiro team, go to this hill, and you know, like sometimes maybe it's just them setting up the situation and watching it kind of roll into place.
Well, I think it's actually the simple conspiracy theories that are the most like not good ones. Like simple, they directly paid people to do this destruction. No, but we know what Kel said is true. That is their agenda. That is what they want. Do they directly cause this damage to do that plan? I think they're a little too smart for that. That's why they create the environment that LA is today, and they can take advantage of mayhem that they can just empathetically say, oh, but we're trying to solve the homeless problem. It's not the homeless people. You can't blame our homeless that we allow because X, Y, and Z, that you're privileged and they're not privileged. They can hide behind those kind of arguments, let mayhem happen, and then get that agenda solved, but they're not directly doing this.
Yeah, policies, they just put policies in place to help it. It's like Obamacare. Obamacare wasn't the goal. The goal is socialized medicine.
Universal basic healthcare, whatever.
Yeah, and the way to get that is by fucking up the health system. Well, we'll push Obamacare. Like it's not where they start, it's where they're going to land. And sometimes it's just like I said, or like Shock said, start a policy and eventually it's going to hit that wall and then they can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I was going to say is 30, 40 years ago, they knew this would happen.
They didn't
when they said we're not going to clean the forest floors anymore.
Yeah, they didn't start the fire, but they're sure as hell fucking fanning it.
Yeah.
And they're going to take advantage of it.
They set it up.
Yep. It's like a very poorly written Ryan Johnson movie.
I have no idea who that is.
Ryan Johnson, the Knives Out
I thought you
Disney
said
guy.
I thought you said Brian Johnson.
Sorry, I meant to say Rianne Johnson.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, his retarded cousin.
Yeah. I bet his retarded cousin could actually probably make a decent movie.
Yeah, isn't that funny? They're all like, they go and sign the check and he finds it and they signed it wrong. He takes it, actually makes a decent movie. They're all, holy crap, he's an idiot savant.
He made Peanut Butter Falcon.
I'm trying to see if I've got any other conspiracy things. We do have this. It's not so much conspiracy, but Mr. Newsom made a tweet. And for some reason he didn't get community noted like Pocahontas did.
Oh.
So his big concern has been about misinformation. As a matter of fact, there's a clip out there of him talking to President Biden about getting help to control the misinformation. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just launched a new site to ensure the public has access to fact-based data around the Southern California wildfires. The truth? California did not cut our firefighting budget. We have nearly doubled the size of our firefighting army and built the world's largest aerial firefighting fleet.
So real quick, that is a white lie.
Yep.
Because it is LA that cut LA's budget. California's could have grown because there's a lot of fires up north in California, Southern California, and I always argue Southern California, they do take care of their fires. North California, they do take care of it. So this is a caveat. That is LA that cut the fire budget, not California.
Well, and here's the thing is whenever a politician says something as a certainty, you have to take it with a grain of salt because the way they try to fudge the numbers is they could be like, we have a bigger budget for our firefighters this year than we did last year. Yeah, because you gave them, that $30 million, check, right? Oh no, but it's only for DEI. It's only for these things. It's not to fight fires. It goes to the firefighters, but it doesn't go to fight the fires. It goes to actually programs to help them. And then they'll say they have a bigger budget. No, they don't. So I don't know if I trust him or if he's just using the fudged numbers.
That's a good point. They spend how much money on like recruitment to people who can't even like make the force?
Yeah.
Legit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Some massively overweight black woman who couldn't get in the uniform, but they trained her.
I heard she's been gotten rid of.
Yeah.
I heard they got actually maybe not her because she was the lieutenant fire or whatever. But her boss is gone, resigned.
Yeah, it's a blonde chick. That's
then,
the actual fire chief.
I think the woman who was in charge of the water, who was making like $750K a year, resigned as well.
There's tons of like, I forgot her name, but there are tons of signs of like with an X on her because a lot of counties are like bitching about our water bills and shit. I forgot her name, but yeah, I know her face with a big red X on it. Like I see it on the freeway all the time.
Okay.
I gotta find it.
So we'll finish reading this tweet here from Newsom. California has increased forest management tenfold since we took office. How do you prove that?
Well, hey, if you audited yourself and actually like organized your government, you would have receipts that show that.
And then California will not allow looting.
Oh, that's a lie.
Well, I mean that's what your law says. What are you going to do to stop them? None.
You
But
know,
the
it's a good-
interesting
you've-
thing here,
you had an LA police chief of the police department. His name was like Alejandro Venezuela or whatever his name was. He was the police chief until 2021, where he said, like, you know, like protesting is our free speech and looting is very different. Us, the PD, will determine which is which. And then boom, he's fucking gone. Basically said there's a difference between protesting and looting, and now he's not the chief anymore.
wow. So the kicker here is he's got this CaliforniaFireFacts.com. So we click this, and let me share this tab. Son of a bitch. So CaliforniaFireFacts.com redirects to GavinNewsom.com/California-Fire-Facts.
Oh my God.
And he's got all these little facts. And then up here, you have a donate to California Fire Foundation. Now, you guys can't see it, but in the bottom left-hand corner of your browser, whenever you hover over a link, the bottom left-hand corner of your browser will show you the URL that it will actually take you to. And here it says secured.actblue.com donate. So it's going to the same Democratic fundraiser as BLM went to, and all these other things that, like, I don't know if you guys remember, James O'Keefe found that the donations being made in random old people's name who have never donated to any of these causes that they supposedly help for. So the Democrats are making money from people donating to help these fires.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren did the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people are donating.
And so here's
Verge signaling off that shit.
Says here's the page. It says Campaign for Democracy, donate to California Fire Foundation.
You know what's also funny is like the people that are like feeding the area, and it's just a bunch of like lawyers in suits and shit, like getting Jubilee's chicken. It's like, okay. Now I see these are basically just donations to the Democratic Party.
You know, I'm reading
to be in their favors.
I'm reading this bottom part here, and I wonder if donations have been made to Act Blue and under my name without me knowing about it. Because it says by providing your cell phone number, you consent to receive periodic campaign updates through automated text messages from Gavin Newsom's Campaign for Democracy for SMS message and data rates. Well, yeah, this guy, what is this guy campaigning for? He can't campaign.
He'll be fine.
He can't run for a governor again.
I think this I think this has ruined his presidency run, but I think his job in California is not entirely compromised.
Well, he can't do anything in politics.
Yeah,
because he's been the governor.
Yeah.
But he can definitely work for whatever help him to help rub other people's backs, and they'll rub his like he's been doing this whole time.
Oh, he rubbed something.
He rubbing something, yeah. Without a mask on. How dare he?
Oh, you know what? I do have another conspiracy theory. It's just in a different window. Fuck you, Justin Jefferson. Eat my ass. Oh, wow. I'm going to turn that down. That's loud. So here we've got Eddie Griffin with what he thinks is going on with the wildfires. You guys remember Eddie Griffin?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Damn, that's a huge bitch.
Oh, yes. That's a huge bitch. I remember.
Let me know if you guys can hear this. It was really loud for me.
Hello and welcome to another installment of NNN, where we give it to you straight.
It's a little loud still. Okay.
Just a little bit. Yeah, you can bring it down a bit.
He's a great comedian. Like, have you seen his old stand-ups? Like from way back in the day?
Not in forever, but yeah.
Oh man. I love when he's talking about the US military. He's all, I gotta give it to white people. He's all, you have one white person stuck in the damn middle of a freaking like another country. There'll be like all these white dudes going, our brother's over there. Let's go get him. And he's all left. He won't do shit with like he's all. I've never seen a fucking I ain't gonna say the word in a canoe rolling up here trying to save me and bring me back to Africa.
That's good.
He has a Boba Fett statue.
Ooh, that's cool.
But this is the Disney one. This is.
Oh,
Boba
never
Fett.
mind. I was gonna say. I just looked at it.
I'm cool.
Who's in the middle? Is it
We
animated?
got some stormtroopers down here. I don't know what this thing is. I thought for a second it was the dude from Death Note, but I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But he's not
recognize
pale.
him.
He's got a skin colored chest. So I don't know.
Maybe this bottom third will go away or whatever it is.
Hello and welcome to another installment of NNN, where we give it to you straight, no chaser. Let's get right to it. LA is on fire. Now, a lot of people saying it's to cover up the pedophile trail, and all of a sudden the water ain't working. And hold on, 60% of the water rights is owned by this fucking couple. What's their name? Yeah, the wonderful company is owned by this husband and wife team. They own pistachio, they own Fiji water. I stopped drinking any of that shit, around the motherfucking globe. Let them motherfuckers go broke. Feeding the pistachios and almonds, all that goddamn water. Meanwhile, people's houses burning down, dying of thirst. And all these sons of bitches. And the regulators who allowed them motherfuckers to own 60% of the goddamn water. Fire them motherfuckers too, goddammit. What the fuck is y'all?
I don't know why it's censored in some parts and not censored in others.
That's so weird.
And it's just the tiniest little gap of audio that it doesn't censor shit. But
it's definitely a program they use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is public water. We built the dam that's holding that water and all that shit with taxpayers' dollars. How the fuck y'all gonna sign it over to this goddamn couple? Sons of bitches. Let's pray for the motherfuckers out there that houses is burning down and shit, unless they pedophiles. If they pedophiles, let that shit burn. Cause yeah, I know what you're doing. You're burning the evidence up, sons of bitches. But we still gonna catch you. Somebody do some research. In the rich neighborhoods, who had already left their house and knew that the fire was coming?
Oh, are they gonna say James Woods? James Woods was the first fucking person to evacuate because he's not a fucking idiot.
Yeah. In fact, he's a fucking genius. Like literally, he's a member of Mensa.
Just leave, bro.
Yeah, they were doing this thing and showing all these actors who are actually incredibly smart, and James Woods literally is a genius.
That's cool.
Level.
The woman who broke the Pizzagate story has been all over James Woods' ass during this.
Yeah, I saw that.
Liz Cronkin, she was big in the Pizzagate stuff as a reporter, reporting on it, trying to. But yeah, so we got he covered a couple things there. We've got the pedos in Hollywood lighting their fires, burning the evidence. You know, do we know anything about Diddy's properties out there?
Not heard.
And then that family that owns all the water, apparently. I've been seeing them all over the place.
I've seen tweets about that too, but I haven't looked into it.
So they own Fiji water, and apparently they're friends with Newsom, and they've been friends for a long time. But they own Fiji, and like you said, I guess that pistachio company that's literally named Pistachio. I've recently been seeing their ads.
The real pistachios or whatever they're called, the black box ones.
What's his name used to be? Who's that gay ass comedian? Colbert. Colbert used to do the commercials for it. Oh yeah, he's yet to do a commercial for that. Jesus, that guy's everywhere. That dude has to have like the most like gigantic dick ever. Like, why are all these women dating him?
Who?
Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
Has
100%
to.
agree. How the hell does that guy pull all this tail? He's pulling all these ridiculously gorgeous fucking actresses, and he's the most homely looking motherfucker ever.
Yeah.
Like he looks like the pothead that no one wanted to be
Yeah.
around.
He looks like the
And
pothead that's been up all night.
yeah,
Like,
and every single actress is all like, "Yes, I want him." Like what?
I don't know. Well, it was very clear Kim Kardashian was just like, I'm gonna make you a thing because I'm Kim Kardashian. Like, that's pretty much how it started.
Well, and wasn't that the rebound from Kanye?
Oh yeah, it was a rebound.
Because yeah, Pete Davidson's ugly as fuck.
Weird, yeah, very strange.
But yeah, I think that families should be investigated too. Because who knows what they're doing to get those kinds of deals.
Yeah.
Where they get to keep all the water, and apparently you guys don't get any of it.
Well, it's all the water like in Los Angeles comes from other parts of fucking California. Essentially, all the water that falls here, we got to send down there. It's just a fact of California.
I mean, I'm gonna support a corporation that tells the state to fuck off. Like, if that's their water, they don't have to give the state shit. They should just know that we don't have these water reserves. We should have water reserves. We should not destroy a dam because of a fish.
Yeah.
So actually, I've got a Fox News report where that's saying Newsom did cut $100 million in fire prevention spending this year, while allocating $3 billion for free healthcare for illegals. Oh yeah, that's a whole nother fucking thing.
Yeah.
That should be investigated. Like, how can you legally give away all that money to illegal immigrants?
I have no idea.
Because it's California. Not to mention a lot of stuff that Newsom does. They'll pass a bill knowing that when it's tried in the courts, they'll lose, but it doesn't matter because it takes 6 to 7 years to get to the Supreme Court and be shot down. But at that point, they've already implemented it so much and stuff, not to mention taking the credit for it, which is what they really want. So,
yep, very true.
Is there any other Democratic Supreme Court people that are going to be out soon? I know Clarence Thomas is out soon. And I think Alito might be considering it too. But those are just... No, not Alito. I know Clarence Thomas is getting up there in age. And he better go out during Trump.
I don't
know if any of the women, they're all pretty younger than the
they're all
men.
pretty young, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're, anytime soon.
It'd be
No,
nice.
I don't know.
It'd be nice to get one more up there. Just one more.
Yeah.
If
Besides
we get
a substitute for Clarence Thomas, because I don't think anyone's ever going to be as good as that motherfucker.
No way. That's a loss. That's a net
Yeah,
loss.
it is.
That sucks.
if we get another pick, I truly think that the Democrats are going to try to stack the court because they already want to push it so bad.
They always bitch about it,
yeah. Might be just the thing to trigger them into actually doing such a stupid move.
Yeah.
Right now, it's really easy to look back and say, how are they going to win another one? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't underestimate that. 2 years. 2 years is a long time. 2 years ago, we thought Ron DeSantis would be Trump's VP.
Yeah, we did. And then, but he screwed that up.
Yeah. He Deep State came to him and he took yes. He said yes.
If when they were pushing him so bad, if he said no, I'm not going to go against the guy who should be president, Donald Trump. If he would have said that, been VP, and everyone would love him, and his, he after Trump was out, he'd put everything into making him, his successor.
Let him pave the road for you to be president.
Yeah. Why do you have to be right then? I would have stayed by Trump's side.
Well, but here's the great thing though, is it revealed who he really was, and he's got a price, and
it's a net positive.
willing to sell out. So
don't have to.
Screw
We
you,
can't
Ron
trust
DeSantis.
him.
I will never be voting for you after that.
That's why I was always afraid of him with like what's it called? Like overseas shit. You know what I mean? Like he was a military officer. He's very sympathetic to Israel, and he's like, you're gonna be so easily bought by foreign countries. Like if you can't even say no to Israel, and you can't say no to your even own country saying, yeah, run against Donald Trump. Like that was always my concern with him. And now it's even more so. Foreign policy. You can be bought out domestically, you can be bought out foreignly. Easy. It's actually easier to be bought out foreign.
There's more laws that make that more difficult to actually.
They fucking get away with it though. They always
Yeah, if the retarded Biden family was able to do it, anyone could.
Yeah,
I
It's
if
not
you
a
put a
brainstorm amongst the
DRR,
whole family.
you put a DRR next to anything like that, people
We
are gonna
sent
get
like
mad.
14 million to Pakistan for gender studies. I'm sure that money found some of its way back here. I just don't know how.
I don't know either.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
funded YouTube channels.
Like those fucking spending bills are money laundering acts.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the reason that everyone's holding on to this Ukraine thing so hardly, because it's the massive freaking amount of money they're putting into it, somehow getting back to all these politicians, and they don't want their money to dry up.
It'd be interesting to know how that works. Outside of like, I guess, just jobs with the military industrial complex after they're done.
Oh yeah.
But even then, like Pelosi's just been here her whole fucking life, and she's just insider trading. And actually, I saw a chart. She's like barely within the top 10 of Congress people in insider trading as far as beating the market and all that. She might not even be in the top 10, but she wasn't anywhere near the top like I thought she was. It's some Republican is sitting on the top. I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, it's both sides.
Oh yeah.
Like they've essentially proven that Ted Cruz was freaking doing it and stuff, or taking money from his campaign.
Same with Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Sad, man.
Every motherfucker in Washington's dirty. You can't get away from it. The only thing we can do is literally wipe all of it out and, start again. Because
I genuinely think like
we have to vote them out, not wipe them out. Vote them out, YouTube.
Yeah.
There could be forest fires over there.
Yeah, let's not clean the debris around DC. I genuinely think people do go to DC and they want to do good, but the issue is they sling the mud at you, and then if you don't clean it off of you right away, you just turn into the monster.
Yeah, I think it's all set up to kind of bring you into the fold, no matter what. Because I do believe there are people who go into office and they have these, like, I want to do right by the people. I want to be that change. I want to be the guy who's gonna, not be the Washington bureaucrat, but go in there and actually do right by my constituents. And then it's all set up and designed to break them down and
you
make
start
them
partying.
conform.
Start partying with them, and
Yeah.
then here's some money. Here's some money.
Yeah, you want any money for your projects in your state, you better play the game. If you want any money from the national organization to run your campaign, you better play the game.
Or they scratch your back so much, they're
Yeah.
like, hey, I scratch
Yeah.
your back all the time, dude. When are you going to pay me back?
Yeah, and then they come to him and say, hey, we really want you to, let's introduce you to people, because nothing happens here unless you know people. And then they sit there and they schmooze you and they get you into the group. And next thing you know, you feel like I have to vote on that bill. The group that I'm kind of with, they said it's important. And it all is designed to kind of fold you into that swamp.
Oh, and you can't even read the bill in time. So you just trust people who, by the way, we're voting this.
Well,
this,
yeah, and they all hire the same fucking staffers.
Yeah.
And the staffers have been there longer than the damn Congress people have. I think that's just another reason for term limits.
Yep.
Absolutely. I don't know how that's not a thing.
It wasn't written into the Constitution. That's why.
Even in like
because back then it was saw as more of a chore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
did
true.
it because it was
wasn't
you
a
as a
job.
successful landowner or whatever, it was your responsibility type thing. So yeah, they did it for what, 1 week, a couple weeks a year. The rest of the time they were farmers. They were out
Yeah.
there, doing their
Yep.
actual job, and they just went there to vote on stuff once in a while. And it
Mhm.
was never supposed to be a full-time live there,
That's true.
smooze and party with each other and make a
Yep.
shit ton of money doing it. It
Yeah.
was about these guys who had a lot vested because they were large swaths of land they own, and they got into the office because they're like, I want to make sure this country's successful so that my farm continues and totally different like circumstances and what they wanted out of the position.
Yeah, it was never supposed to be a career move.
Yeah.
That
It's so
issue have
disgusting thinking about that. Being a politician is a career move.
dude. That's what
disgusting.
I just people who shit on like billionaires that get into politics so that they can make money, and it's just like career politicians only benefit themselves. At least the businessman wants the economy to be good. Like there's a more chance of the businessman actually wanting the economy to be good than just himself.
Well,
Because
that in itself is a big reason why people vote for Trump.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, because his business that he wants to do good has a bunch of employees and all that shit. A politician's business that he wants to do good is just his pocketbook.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of Trump, next time we do the show, he'll be the president.
All right.
I happen to have that day off of work because Martin Luther King.
Oh, me too.
Power to the people. So I'm thinking of streaming the inauguration, and hopefully we get to laugh at weirdos and protesting out there.
That'd be fun. I do have the day off too. I'm gonna stream in the morning, and then we can do the stream in the evening.
Yeah, I have it off too, because I always have Mondays and Tuesdays. So.
Oh, well, that sucks. Do you get paid holidays or no?
I get time and a half on certain holidays. I don't think Martin Luther King would.
Yeah, they
like
don't
this.
close for holidays because degenerates need somewhere to go for the holidays.
Yeah, it's a casino. They don't close for nothing. They don't close for Christmas.
My girl always works the holidays because you get time and a half and double too. Because people do stupid shit on holidays and have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, like literally when we had the wildfire that was like up against my house at our doorstep type thing, the casino stayed open. It is miles away, but still they were like, wildfires, we're not closing down. The rest of this like city is abandoning it, and we're like evacuating, and there's nope, we're not leaving.
I've worked on rooftops in Burbank, and the hill was on fire, and I called my boss. I'm like, hey, can I leave? The hill's on fire, and he's like, yeah, you can leave. And I'm like, am I getting 8 hours? And he's like, no. And I'm like, fuck, I'm staying there. Like, I'm gonna keep working then.
My next check should be huge though, because it was
all the Christmas.
I got time and a half on New Year's and Day and Eve. And on New Year's Eve, I had to stay like hours and hours. And so I don't know if I got double overtime, which would be triple pay. I think. I'm not sure. We made a shit ton of money, so they should be paying us triple pay for the hours we worked.
The only thing that sucks though is like they tax the living fuck out of it.
Oh, I know. I can't work more than like 12 hours overtime because I'll make shit when I work 15 hours. It's like, dude.
Oh, California is probably worse. It's in Arizona. It's 80 hours when they start really getting at you.
Oh, damn. Yeah, no, like you hit 50, 55 and you're just fucked.
Like, I mean, they still essentially take like 50% for any hour over 40.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you hit the 80 hour, you're taking none of that money back home.
Jeez. You know what's weird about this year is technically this year had an extra week than we normally have.
This year has an extra week.
No, last year.
How so?
Because I didn't have to pay for health insurance the last week of the year.
Oh, that's probably just how it's how they rate it, how they
yeah, so they rate it to the point where we worked an extra week, then I've already paid the 4 weeks into it was weird because my check was bigger. And I'm like, hey, do I have insurance? Because you didn't charge me for it. And then they're like, no, you're good. It's hard to explain, but basically there's like extra weeks in the pay period and you already paid into how much you're supposed to pay for insurance. So you didn't have to pay insurance this year because you already have insurance for the month. And I'm like, that's so weird. I was just trying to comprehend that.
I know it's your Poochie snoring, but it sounds like you're farting underwater, man.
Shock's really in a hot tub.
Yeah.
Dope. Hot tub streamer.
How much to do for you to write my name on your body?
Oh, well, if someone gives you a membership, I'll do that. Right on my ass cheek.
Devil right on the
That's
butt cheek.
5 memberships, Shock. Get it right. The ass cheek's
Oh,
5 memberships.
Okay, then the nipples 1 then. On the boob.
Yes. The arm is 1, 3 for the chest, 10 for the forehead. Come on.
I want to see Sean go to work next day with devil ring and permanent marker on his forehead and watch.
How does Dermy get away with that shit? We're at Karina Pet Chow. Coming.
Yeah, Weasel. I haven't gotten overtime in a very, very long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been salary forever.
Gosh, I'm really hoping like my boss says I'll give you fat raise if you don't do overtime again, and I'm like,
yeah, right.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind.
I'll just take the overtime away if they can.
Nah, because I gotta do. There's a lot of shit I gotta do. Plus, it makes them. I do too many. I do the manager's work way too much. That's what I do. Basically, the managers don't do their job. I do it. Charge overtime, and the boss doesn't care because he's the boss. It's not his job.
Yeah, he's just like, just as long as it gets done.
And he's like, what are these fuckers doing where they're just having you do it? And I'm like, they're not having me do it. They're just not doing it. So I do it for them. And they're like, okay. But yeah.
There it is. 50 gifties gets your name under the scrote.
All right. Yeah. This is kick only, by the way.
That's the one place I don't want him to write devil.
Okay.
Yeah, Weasel. Everyone knew what you're talking about. You work extra hours and you don't get paid for them. You get paid what you get paid. Salary sucks.
Oh, I'm starting to get there, dude, because there's no like jobs to charge hours to, and I'm like, I'm supposed to leave. Fuck. This sucks.
Well, gentlemen, that's all I had. I have no idea. You know what? Outside of the inauguration, I think it's going to be pretty quiet over this next week. I don't know.
We didn't talk about that fire in New York. Was that just like a random thing?
I didn't see a fire in New York.
Yeah, there's a fire in New York.
I know there was a massive shooting in New York that no one talked about because they're all worried
Yes.
about the Tesla truck and the
I remember that.
New Orleans thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That was something I was going to bring up. No one's talking about Tesla truck. No one's talking about. Everyone stopped New Orleans after like 2 days.
Oh yeah.
And then you know what else? I have not heard any new information about the fires today. And you know why? It's been a week.
Oh.
The fires are no one's gonna be talking about the fires, and I have a funny feeling they're gonna be burning for a few more days at least. I haven't heard anything about containment or anything.
Yeah, I haven't. The last time I checked, and that was I think yesterday, wasn't it like 0% contained at that point? So
yeah, I saw that a few days ago, and then there's new ones out there. I don't know. I don't. Shock. Have you heard anything about them getting any better?
The fires?
Yeah.
I don't see smoke, dude. I was in downtown LA. I was in Long Beach. I was in Pasadena. There's no smoke. Like I've never seen.
So
the
is it
fires.
over? Are they done?
Well, so the weather's gotten better. The wind is gone, but they're saying that the wind might come back because it's going to get colder because it was really cold and it was super windy. And that's why it sounds weird for people to think California fires in the winter. And it's like, well, because we have dry summers and dry falls, when the end of fall and winter come and it gets really cold and windy, you have dry debris mixed with really harsh winds because California is surrounded by hills. Like the majority of California is called the Inland Empire, and you're just surrounded by hills everywhere you go. So these wind tunnels get really gusty and windy through different counties. So I haven't seen any fires, man. And I've been pretty close to the cities, and the wind and the weather's gotten a lot better. But apparently the wind's supposed to come back. So, and they haven't put down any like retardant or anything to prevent the burnt areas, because there's retardant and then there's other like chemical thing that they'll put on already burnt stuff to prevent embers from flying around.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen like any news reports about them, like, or like videos of like what's it called, planes dropping retardant, because I think it's black or blue, I don't remember. The red one is supposed to stop the fire, and then there's another one that's supposed to stop the embers, and I haven't seen any firefighters do anything. But I also haven't seen any smoke, even though I've been kind of close to it.
I have one of the girls at the restaurant was seen there the other yesterday, talking about she's all, I'm gonna buy tickets for Disneyland. I was like, you better make sure it's not fucking burnt up before you.
Nah, you're no.
Anaheim's
You're good.
Away.
Anaheim is nowhere near. You can go live in Anaheim if you're in LA. Nowhere near Anaheim. You are good. Anaheim's a nice area. That's usually like where people like to go out.
There's still a bunch of homeless people. Dude, there's always been homeless people over there because of it's a giant tourist style hole.
Yeah.
Anaheim's pretty nice, honestly.
Okay, I will. So I don't know how big Anaheim is. Anaheim to me is Disneyland, and there's homeless people all around Disneyland, not in it, but around the areas where all the hotels are.
Yeah. That's true. That's a small strip though, because Anaheim is also like where Angel Stadium is, and the Ducks, the Honda Center.
Are the Ducks even still a thing?
I don't know if they're good. I haven't watched hockey in years.
I mean, are they even still a team?
The stadium's still there.
I'm pretty sure. They're still Ducks.
They should still be a team. Yeah.
I think Disney sold them.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, they're still a team. They play tomorrow. They play the Capitals tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
They're no longer the Mighty Ducks though, and that's why. That's why I think
what
Disney sold them. Yeah, Disney sold them, and they changed it to the Ducks, not the Mighty Ducks.
What's their logo? They changed their logo?
You want to see the logo? I'll show you the logo.
Yeah, I'm sure they fucked it up. It's not as cool.
And
I literally have the Mighty Ducks jersey from the.
I know. I saw that. You had
that.
You were wearing that last week or something. So here's the logo with the jerseys.
Why did they change the color? They wear orange now? Oh, yes, I did know this. They changed their colors to orange.
Oh, I don't
that
like that as much.
Sucks. You look like the fucking Philly Flyers. What is this?
Kinda, yeah.
You're just the Flyers now.
I like the aqua. I don't like that.
I like the purple, like the maroon and the green.
Yeah.
Those were cool. Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, I bet in 2009 it was pretty nice. The last time when I was there, the last time I was in Anaheim was, I don't know, 2015. And there was definitely a lot of homeless. And I didn't stay at the Disneyland Resort. I stayed at some shithole just down the street.
Yeah, no, that's what you want to do. You don't want to go. They're expensive, dude.
It was weird. The entire front of the room was glass. And I was like, this is weird.
Everyone can see you.
And I was like, I feel like I should have a gun because you can just fucking come right in here. Like,
yeah, no, film your OnlyFans there. That's what you do. Yeah.
Anyhow, let's wrap this up. My throat's going dry. I need water. It's going to take me too long to fill it up. Devil made me do it. Thank you for coming in. Was there anything else you want to get off your chest about these fires?
No. Like I said, it's just like I said, it hasn't really bothered me too much, just because living in California, you expect half of it's going to burn every year. So, but I don't know. It all seems like distraction to me. One thing after another, like you said, you had the car bombing, you had the dude running over his people in Louisiana or whatever, New Orleans, and now the wildfires, and it just seems like they're just trying to distract us from something. I just don't know what.
And
But yeah.
and there was a massive shooting in New York the day after on January 2nd. Like there was, or maybe it might have even been on the evening of the 1st.
And then a week later, there was a fire that I guess you didn't hear about.
Yeah, I
but
didn't see
there
a
was
damn thing
fire,
about
yeah.
a fire in New York.
No one really talked about it.
There was also a substation that blew up in Dallas last week.
Jeez. Yeah.
2025 has not been boring.
Oh, it hasn't.
It's been gay.
Short but effective.
How about you let the people know what you got going on, Devil?
Oh yeah. Check out tomorrow. We have Get Ranked. We are doing Final Fantasy games. I've been talking about that one for a long time. So yeah, we're finally doing it. Then afterwards I think she's streaming it. I'm gonna play Marvel Rivals with Toasty, and I'm gonna suck, I'm sure, because I suck at most video games. But check out the pub on Friday. Should be good. And yeah. Otherwise, you'll find me on other people's channels all over the place.
Yes, the pub. I fell asleep in the middle of the last one.
Most people do.
Not because it was your guys' fault.
It's nice falling asleep to the pub. You're just chilling in bed. Back when I would just listen.
The only thing that sucks
fun.
about falling asleep to the pub is I'll wake up to like some other bullshit YouTube that I just had.
Oh yeah,
no
like
business
a Mr.
wanting.
Beast video or something.
Yeah, something stupid.
Yeah, fuck.
Someone's just yelling at me out of nowhere. What the hell?
Today,
What's up,
guys,
dude?
we're gonna play. It's your boy.
Shaka Zulu, any last things you want to say about the fires?
No, I think Devil said it. The other Devil, Duke Devil, where California is just two cities, LA and San Francisco. So when something happens in LA, it happens to the entire state of California. I just want everyone to know that.
Well, I'm not that retarded. I think I think the problem with people that live like further east than Arizona and Nevada have no idea how big California is.
It's huge, man.
Yeah, it's
huge. And LA is actually pretty small.
Because on the East Coast, you can drive 2 hours in any direction and be in a completely different state if you haven't crossed through two of them.
Yeah. Like, it actually takes longer driving through California than it does driving through Nevada to get to Utah or Arizona. Like,
yeah,
if you believe that, like, it takes fucking longer to get to fucking Baker from Huntington than it is to actually get to Arizona or Utah from Nevada.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I stream Shaka Zulu 1 on Kick and Shaka Zulu 12 on YouTube. We're gonna try to finish Witcher 2. Maybe try to get a Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 gameplay in, because on the 4th, when it comes out, we're gonna be playing 2 day 1. So we're just streaming video games here. And good night, everybody.
Yep. And then you're already here. This is my channel. We got weekend pregame this Thursday. We're going to be going over interesting things at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. Thank you to Carl of RNG Podcast, who sent me something about a very unique video game controller that we will be looking at.
Ooh.
It's a very special controller that plays video games.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And so
spoil it.
that, and there's all sorts of other weird shit that we'll take a look at, see if it's actually worth anything that anyone might even want, and if any of it will even make it to the public because most of it is bullshit. But yeah. And then Friday, I'm probably be on Ballbusters and all of that stuff. And then, of course, next Monday, gonna stream the inauguration, hoping that we've got the rears out in full force because that's when it happened last time. And so we can watch Trump get inaugurated and make fun of the retards.
Maybe we'll get a no 2.0.
I hope someone's going to reenact it. I know we're going to get that. Someone's going to be out there looking just like her doing a cosplay.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Freaking Alex Stein. He'll do it.
Yeah, someone's gonna cosplay it, but we'll see what happens. Last time there was fucking riots.
Yeah.
So, and there was looting and all sorts of neat stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Until next time.